Honk.
Hey, and that honk is getting us going tonight. Welcome, everybody. Hello, all. Welcome again to a Tuesday night. Those of you who have been with my two previous streams today, welcome, welcome. And as you can see, that picture featuring that handsome group of people is your cast tonight for our second Dungeons & Dragons one-shot. I guess it's actually the session 2 of our alleged D&D one-shot from ArvCon, where the Arvocalists play some Dungeons & Dragons. That's right. They're not just about voice acting. They're not just about, making some sounds that are cool. They're also about playing some D&D that is GM'd by the awesome and amazing Zac Clay. So we are going to be joining you for that in just a second. I've already gone through this earlier today, so I don't want to make a big thing about the channel stuff, but you all know the drill. If you haven't done so, follow the channel. Check out our YouTube at !ArvTube, Discord, !ArvCord, Twitter, !ArvTweets, Blue Sky, !ArvSky, website, arvanellarun.com. Financially, and check out Gen GMs for Zach's and my GM tip show, !GMs. Financially, !Arv Shop, the merchandise area, !Arvtreon, the Patreon. Please sub to the channel. Publishing, Icarus, my graphic novel from Athos Arts, Library, my Tales and Tomes, the Forbidden Library, my 5e adventure and sourcebook from Alligator Alley Entertainment, Greyshade, my Greyshade IP, Greyshade Renegade Heretic, the Grey Assassin Trilogy, at that link from Athos Arts. You can also get the audiobook of Greyshade from Trent Sparks at that link. And you can pre-order the tabletop role-playing game of Greyshade, releasing for the first time at Gen Con, August of this year. You could pre-order that. That is designed by Brandon O'Brien and comes out from the amazing Alligator Alley Entertainment. And as always, BLM, Black Lives Matter, important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message. We'll do so for others in that situation in the future. And yes, Triffid, I could not agree more. That is courtesy of Rem Alternus. And the more I see that graphic, the more I like it, actually. I really dig it. I think it came out really well. So Rem deserves all kinds of credit, and I will give Rem more credit in just a moment. But because we've made it already, I am going to unmute myself, and we're going to get rolling right away. I apologize for anyone I interrupted because they couldn't hear me. Then I unmute them.
I can't imagine how big of a dick he can be.
And last but not least, I'm going to head over to reveal the crew is here. It's the full crew, Dungeons & Dragons with the Arvocalists. I do have to say that we just got Rem some serious love for that graphic, and it's true. The more I look at that graphic that you made, the more I like it. It was super badass. I really, really did like it a lot. I think it's mostly because all the pictures are awesome, and then the way you put them together are awesome, and it just, it's great. I was like, man, I need to do more of those same kind of
Alternus Productions doing marketing for you.
That's it. Like, you should go to Rem for all of your graphic and every other kind of marketing need.
Is that the slogan? Doing marketing for you?
I like it, actually.
Doing your marketing.
Right to the point. Throwing all the punches out immediately.
Doing your marketing.
I do. It's funny because I am pretty good at marketing, but the sale I'm really bad at. For those who watch Buffy, I always feel like Anya, where I'm like, give me your money now.
Now, money, cash. This is the part of Sprockets where you give me money. But anyway,
it's like that scene from Sunny in Philadelphia. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where his mom is up on stage and goes, "Money me now. Me want money now. Money me, please."
Pretty much. Anyway, it was awesome. Super cool. Awesome graphic. And yeah, we are here. We are back. We told you we would be back. We had such a good time the first time. We have to save the village. We have to save Boulder. I did have one person told me this morning, they were like, in fact, I don't know if Bit's still here, but Bit said this morning, Bit was like, I want to see Boulder reform. And I was like, all right, I too do not want to see Boulder get lost. That put us between a rock and a hard place. Anyway, it is my great pleasure to welcome Zach.
That's funny.
You missed in the green room what we were talking about before. Anyway, it is the amazing and awesome Zac Clay is our DM. So I'll start with that, and Zach can, introduce all our characters and do that kind of good stuff. But Zach, welcome. Thank you. What's up? What's good? And all that sort of thing. And how are you feeling about part two of this one shot that you did?
I like part deux.
I'm feeling great about part deux and excited to see this combat. I put some special sauce into it, so I'm excited to see what you guys think of the special sauce.
Oh, special sauce.
Yeah. and no, it's a pleasure to get some D&D going with this crew that we usually just do voice acting stuff with. It's a rare treat, honestly. So a part of me is a little glad that we have a second part to this one shot. And
yeah, this is now a monthly, twice a month thing where one is Citizen Sleeper and the other is D&D, right?
I'm getting tempted. I don't know if I can pay us every time. But
we talked about this last time that for this D&D thing, none of us were expecting pay necessarily.
Yeah.
This is just a little fun one-off one shot.
I mean,
that's a conversation for another time.
It's more about time than money for me at all, man. I just want to do
probably for most of us that is true.
Yeah.
Like, but
time is money. What do you mean?
Listen, I'm only in it for the coin. Yeah, I mean, listen, I have a blast with this crew with my friends here, and I had a great time playing. It's like, oh yeah, playing is also fun.
I just got the Britney song stuck in my head. Give me more.
Yeah, that's right. I'm glad it was that and not "Don't you know that you're toxic." That would have been a whole different vibe. I'm glad that it was not that.
That's when I stopped playing D&D.
Yes. Well, it's so funny too, because like I was thinking about this with Indy, and I'm sorry, Zach, not to take over.
I have to look at a message anyway.
But I was going to say that because this, of course, as we talked about, is Indy's first experience, and with tabletop, and from the way Indy described, it's like, yeah, I can see why you all like this a lot. And it just struck me that, like, I'm really so genuinely happy to hear that, because we all know the drill about having people that started D&D are like, yeah, they treated me like crap and I didn't play again for 20 years, and like either they don't ever play again or they do come back to it and they've missed out on decades because of how poorly they were treated. And every time I hear that, I'm like, I feel so bad, because I was lucky enough that I didn't have a bad experience the first time when I played all the way back in freaking 5th or 6th grade or whatever it was. And like, so that changed everything for me. So I'm so glad that was the case for Indy, and I'm glad that that's the case that we're all here playing together. But yeah, like, straight up to people who are watching tonight and are like, oh, I'm going to be introducing a player for the first time. Please give them as good a possible time as you can. Please welcome them. Please be warm with them. Please do not come down on them like a ton of bricks. Don't let anyone else in your group do that. Please be welcoming, because it really makes a difference. And, I'm passionate about it because D&D was hugely important to me growing up and was like an escape and all kinds of things I've talked about on this channel before. But playing with friends is really amazing. And so I'm glad that we have the opportunity to do that. So here endeth whatever lesson I was giving. So Zach, yeah, your message is over. Anything else? That was it?
Yeah. No, that's about it. I'm ready to run stuff. So that's all for me.
All right. Well, so so you all know me. I'm the host of this here channel. My name's Arv. Also, I should mention, since we haven't met here before, that this crew, that ArvCon raised $5,100, which beat our goal. It actually beat last year. It means that we are now over $40,000, just over $40,000 raised in the 11-year history of the event for Damon Runyon. And also, the scientists barely outstripped, I think by like $60, the Eberron marathon session for most money raised, which I think is very appropriate. The scientists that were playing Daggerheart with Michael R. Underwood, and Mike, of course, is one of the designers of that game, so that was cool.
I love Mike, yeah.
And the last point is that on Wednesday, my wife and I are going to be attending the annual Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation breakfast in New York City as a friend of Damon Runyon. We were invited to it. So there's a bunch of scientists they're going to be honoring and stuff like that. So I am deeply honored about that. And so I'm grateful to everybody, but I'm grateful to this crew, which got that all rolling on that Friday night. So great job, crew, Arvocalists, best voice team on Twitch. We raised the monies. It was really awesome. So, yeah, and I'm playing Navra Norel. It's a very unusual name that it took a long time for me to develop. I am an expert writer, as you all know, and I've spent a lot of time on my name, so this was a big name. and did not lead to disappointment from anyone when they learned what it was really about.
I say this with love. I hate you.
I got that was Jen in our Everon campaign was like, I loved it. I hated every minute of it. That was pretty much that's pretty much it is. Anyway, but he is a human monk who conceals a secret that is only revealed at moments of great stress and crisis. Anyone who's seen Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat may know what I mean. Moving right on down the line to the amazing and awesome Rem Alternus, who made that badass graphic. Good to see you, Rem. How's everything with you and all that? And who are you playing in our little D&D game tonight?
Everything's a blur, so I don't know how I am, which is great for my mental headspace as I play Fitz Riley. My name is Riley, not Fitz. And I am a halfling barbarian that has her emotions all under control.
That's right. Everybody calls her, just so you know, KP, everybody, quote, calls her Fitz, even though she doesn't like it. And periodically she just ran off and did stuff.
Periodically.
You
mean every moment?
The entire period, I guess, of our playing was the time that she did this. Yes. It was very funny. We would be like, okay, like Indy's character and mine, we're like, how about this thing? We could do this. And then Rem's like, while you're all doing that, I am halfway to the cave where we're going to do that. We're like, what? Like, okay, let's go find it. It was very funny. All right. Awesome. Rem, I'm excited to have you have Fitz back with us. Riley back with us.
Thank you. That's what I thought.
Is going to be the key.
I have an accent for this too. I forgot.
Right. And isn't it an Irish accent? That's what.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get back into that.
You gotta get
All
back.
right. I think I'll get there. Nope. It'll take me It'll take me a few.
You'll be fine.
You'll arrive. It'll be fine.
You don't need it yet.
I'm smiling too much. That's why.
Joining us as well is someone who was not able to join us last time, but is joining us now. Totally will be completely understandable as to why this person has just arrived. And that is in terms of the character. And that's KP. KP is back with us. Welcome, KP. It's great to get a chance to play some D&D with you and so on. And yeah, how you feeling about playing D&D? And do you want to mention who your character's name is?
Yes.
Because I know that's important and it's very subtle, very, very
I
nuanced.
think actually it should be a secret until
Okay. Very fine.
His character
so don't announce the character name. Is he able to say what he is? Right. Can he say what he is though, or no?
Sure. Well, I'll leave this all up to KP. You can't say
fine.
what you are, but if you want to.
Okay. No. Whatever. Listen, I want to enable your whatever. I trust your machinations. And therefore, if you want me to just keep mum about it, I'll keep a mum about it. I feel like I'm just hyping this up unnecessarily, though. But everybody's like, that's it. But no, doing great. I'm just happy to play with you guys. I haven't had a chance to play much D&D or any tabletop this year. I feel like it's been just a wild, hectic year, I think, so far. So I'm just happy to get to play it. I'm happy to get to play with my group of friends again. And I'm just huge congratulations to all of you for rocking the last session and for the charity event for raising over $5,000. That's absolutely fantastic. And then I think that the biggest kudos also then goes to our audience and everybody else that participated and gave us their hard-earned money and gave this foundation their hard-earned money. So thank you guys so much for your charity, your donations, and for helping make the world a little bit better despite everything else that's happening. And then that's kind of it. I think the only thing that's really going on for me is at the end of this month, I will be at Drakenfest US, if anybody's familiar with that. I am going to be there as the staff photographer, so I'll be covering the event and hopefully capturing special moments of all the people attending. If you're into LARP, if you're into medieval stuff, go check that out. It might be a fun time for you to join. So that's kind of it.
Awesome. And glad to have KP with us. That is very cool. And last but certainly not least, for the second TTRPG session, someone who during ArvCon did, Zac also did double duty as a GM and a player. But Indy was doing this as a player and then also as a musician, bringing down the house with a badass concert. And that, of course, is Indy full stop, by which I mean Indy. It's good to see you, Jordan. I am really glad you're getting to play with us again here. And so, yeah, any thoughts about this battle tonight, your character? We have heard your character, so I think you're allowed to say the name of your character and all that stuff.
Yes.
And all that business.
I am Indy's character.
Yes.
And I just hope that we will have yet another fantastical moment in which to inspire a song that can be played upon your channel once more.
Oh God, that's right. It was the best song. I forgot about that. He literally did this entire song about this. That was amazing. Oh my God, how could I forget that?
Oh, did I miss this?
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, that song was awesome.
If you still have the VOD, yeah, you should pull it up. But
I will go back.
I can't remember what spurred it. I think someone mentioned something about like I needed to have a song about like just basically my character in the it was the I Care Now thing, right?
It was
wasn't that
that's right. It was the I Care Now.
So I started talking about like how cool it was or whatever, and then someone was like, "You need to write a song about it." I was like, "Well, actually, joke's on you. I did write a song about it," and then I proceeded to just make up a song.
Wow, that's awesome.
There's a lot of I care. Now
that's amazing.
A bunch of that stuff. So no, I'm very excited.
It's great.
Yeah, was it you, Bit? Did you?
I think it was Bit. That was joking,
right.
and then you killed it, and that is actually true. Like,
yeah. Either way, it was a blast getting the opportunity to play, and just to your point, Greg, of how like welcoming you guys were. Like genuinely, every part of it was fantastic. Zach, the concept, the whole thing put together, the way you paced it, everything was great. Greg, our back and forth was wonderful. Rem, literally every time that you would run away, I was just crying, laughing. Incredible experience. Excited to wrap it up here and get to experience a little bit of combat.
Good stuff. All right, Zach, I think we are ready.
As well.
We also, while not, you didn't realize this, Zach, but we have already come up with a master plan. So as the combat begins, we have dealt 500 points of necrotic, radiant, piercing, slashing, magical damage to the creature. So he's dead, and so we're just collecting.
Yeah, we won.
Yeah.
Good news is that he's already dead. He's a specter, so.
Oh,
he's okay.
Damn it! It's always one step ahead.
I told you there was something we didn't think about, Greg.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
He's alive now.
Let me just rewrite everything. Hold on. Okay. All right. If we're good to go, then I will get us started.
All right.
And is music is coming through on stream as well?
Let me see. Sorry. I'm not actually hearing it, and I don't know why.
There's the music happening right now.
Yeah, I can hear music.
Or it's very low. No.
Yeah, I'll turn it down and then restart it. Let's get something.
Blare it.
Play.
I don't want to ever hear it again after I hear this sound.
Here we go.
I just restarted it. Yeah, it's playing.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Well, last we left off.
Love this music.
Each of you are adventurers, of course, that came to this small town of Silibrim. Silibrim is preparing for a singer's solstice. This town that we see before us was once originally established as a dwarven settlement, but has a somewhat yearly tradition of celebrating this singer's solstice, this one time a year where magic ley lines sort of converge and allow unique possibilities to happen. Among them, a sorceress who is native to this village will sing a song that will actually allow the spirits of the village's ancestors to reappear and for them to be spoken to be danced with, and to have final moments of closure, as well as for the people who are living to have wonders of magic and mystery performed. You all came to this place, Silibrim, in the eve of the Singer's Solstice, for one reason or another. Perhaps because you also wish to speak to an ancestor of yours, or because you're just traveling, looking for work. Whatever reason it happened to be, you found yourselves here. and the mayor of this place gave this long speech, this Mayor Laren Shalebreeze, saying something to the effect of the celebration of the solstice was upcoming, lanterns and banners are being set and lit and hung up, and then at dawn tomorrow the sorceress will sing this song of reunion, and thus will begin the celebration. But of course, last time we then cut to the mayor's office, where he said our sorceress can't sing. Somehow she has lost her voice. And the only hypothesis that they came up with was that the mayor was an adventurer himself. He's recently retired from adventuring and is focused full-time on mayorship. But during his last and most recent adventure, he visited a cave some distance outside of the village. A cave that was rumored to be the tomb of an ancient king known as Velius, the Voiceless King himself. Nothing, at least in the mayor's description, happened when they went to this tomb. They got so spooked by a journal that was left behind that he and these other adventurers the mayor brought with him left. At least that's what he said. And their only theory is that, maybe in going to this tomb, they did something or unleashed some sort of curse, or something happened that now led to their local singer to lose her voice. And so as they prepare all of the decorations and everything that's required for the celebration, they sent all of you adventurers to go to this tomb and figure out if there was some way that you could get this sorceress's voice back, if there was some sort of curse or something that happened. As you were on your way out of the village, you did a little sparring match with the local protector, the guardian of the village, named Big Boulder, a earth elemental that has guarded Silibrim for decades with clumps of moss and all sorts of different rocks that make up his form. Boulder is able to kind of like discorporate and fall into a bunch of separate little pebbles, which nearly happened as you guys fought him, but then he always finds a way to reconstruct and became a quick favorite of the party. But then you made your way, of course, to the tomb of the Voiceless King. And entering there, you found a journal left behind by some sort of researcher who was kind of looking into the origination, the story, the mythology of this king, saying things that at the height of his power, Velius, the Voiceless King, commanded an army of 100,000 silent warriors who had given the power of their voices to him and allowed him to cast strange and dark magic. It was highly suggested that you turn away, for messing with the tomb and the treasures that may lay within could spell doom, but you would not be adventurers if you did not ignore that advice and, just like Fitzriley, move straight forward and right into traps and barriers and trials that were left behind. Among them, a set of murals along the walls that stumped each of you for quite some time, but the answer to one of those trials was simply to walk backwards through a door, and then other various effects that you all mostly resisted, until finally you made your way to the final chamber of this tomb, where an urn was left, tossed over with a bit of ashes and dust, ashes and dust laying on the altar, and a final last mural along the curved back wall, claiming and showing the powers of the king himself, his ability to steal, alter, or silence voices. And you found out there, through counsel with the ghost of an adventurer, as well as there were other skeletons about the place, that the mayor, Laren, had actually entered. He did not come to this place and then turn around because he got scared. He and these other adventurers made their way through the tomb. They found their way past the trials and made this way to the very room you ended up in. But the ghost saw the mayor of the village of Silibrim move up to this urn, this altar, and as he went to inspect it, something emerged out from it and possessed him. And through this burst of necromantic magic, the other adventurers lost their lives. The mayor walking out and returning, no one the wiser. And so, learning what really had happened, and also the fact that this powerful magical event is supposed to happen tomorrow, and perhaps a very powerful evil king who steals voices is in the village right now, you all rush back to stop this. Of course, with a bit of a character arc from Indy's character, going from the start of the story not really caring much for anything and learning to care in the end and inspiring a song.
There was not enough of Fitz's heroics in that description.
We do have to mention the part where Fitz decided to dive into the abyss while we were talking about what happens if someone does that. And Fitz was already down there, and we were like, oh, okay.
Cutting alongside all of this very well-organized and structured recap, just a montage of every moment where Rem's character, Fitz Riley, rushed headlong into battle, dove down into dark pits with no recompense, dug through bones to find strange magic items, and recovered all sorts of useful things for the party to use.
Brave, Fitz Riley.
Yes.
What we have learned is that impulsivity has no negative consequences.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, the story itself hasn't told us any such thing as we look at the body of the mayor.
Which, speaking of, to finish our recap, you all return back to the village. Also, it should be mentioned that Indy's character has the employ of one skeleton familiar. As a warlock, he has summoned a skeleton as his familiar, and the skeleton's name is Bob. Bob the skeleton, who actually was rather useful in the dungeon crawl.
Yeah.
Disarming and learning the reality of some of the traps there.
What was his voice? Was like, nah. It's like Wario, but like
it's supposed to be a reference to, I actually don't know. There's some cartoon animation that has skeletons. Is it Skeletor? I don't know.
Oh God,
it's a reference of something.
You're gonna pay for that. His voice is just like that. He's like, hey man.
Okay, good. I've actually never seen that cartoon, but only like the memes and clips of it.
So that's crumble into dust over here. It's fine.
So
it's okay.
You guys return to Silabrim, and as you did, I will change our music.
Oh, that's right.
And we'll get started.
Foghorn.
So as you entered the village, you found it shrouded in a strange fog. And you return to Silabrim. It is dawn of the next day, the beginning of the Singer's Solstice. The villagers, you found, had all retreated into their homes. And as you made your way through, you spoke to one villager and his daughter that did kind of open the door to you and tell you what was going on. They said that the mayor suddenly did some strange magic, and everyone sort of went running. A strange silence pervaded the area. Big Boulder, the earth elemental guardian, rushed forward to try to stop whatever was happening, and you all saw the result of that as the pebbled and small rock remains of Big Boulder are kind of next to the river that there's a bridge over in this village. As you all made your way to the central square, in fact, actually, I can change this for us. Let's get that like this. Resting upon the anvil is Mayor Laren Shilbreeze. He is laying upon the anvil, which again is sort of like the city's central square, or village's central square, harkening back to the age where the dwarves that originally built this town, but now essentially serves like a podium and a central meeting place. In this case, is now being used as a altar. Almost sacrificially, the mayor is laying with his back on the anvil, and rising up out of his limp body is this strange spectral figure. You see its transparent figure is this sort of like weird bluish ghostly hue to it, and you see a strange and jagged crown that appears even spectrally upon its head as it looked out at each of you. Immediately upon seeing this, Rem's character, Fitzriley, charged forward and struck him.
I would like to point out also that one of the things I got off of one of the dead bodies we saw in the tomb was a shovel. So I want to break in my new shovel, and that's my weapon.
Oh, yeah.
As he's running in and he's like, Merry Christmas! Like just...
We'll, if you actually want to use your shovel as a weapon, you totally can. We'll treat it like a mace, probably. So you can just legit add a mace to your inventory if you want to use that. Your great axe is probably more effective, but
I don't care.
Not as flavorful. So, okay. So as Fitzriley rushed forward and struck at this strange specter, the air warbled around you. I've marked the 5 damage that you actually did, and Fitzriley, you were then knocked back by some strange effect of this ping. He then speaks out to each of you and says,
Of course. You all are supposed to be dead, but that can still be arranged.
And you see he does a quick movement of some strange and ancient magic, and a faint bubble of energy appears around him, protecting him. And then you see appearing in the square 3 specters, smaller in form than he is, but that almost look like they're wearing shades of the same ancient armor, and no weapons visible, but armor and cloaks that you saw in the murals of the warriors that served him. And you see these 3 specters appear in the square. I actually have an image for these guys too, in case you want to know what a specter looks like.
Yeah.
They look like this. This is right out of the monster manual.
Tremendous. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you
fun.
see these
Yeah.
specters, 3 of them appear in the square, and they begin to chant in this ancient language. And as they do, you see that the voiceless king himself is currently casting something. You see that the air is warping around him.
Oh boy.
You also can feel and remember the fact that this day, this solstice day, is some sort of magical convergence point, and whatever plan he has is currently happening. But as these specters have appeared, and all of you are in this space, I think I need everyone to roll initiative, please.
Let's do this thing.
I'm so excited.
Near the top of your sheet, you have a little shield icon. Next to that, it should have a square that says initiative. You're just going to click that. Give it a whirl. And then we'll get some combat music in a bit.
Sorry, say it one more time. Where is it?
Yeah, so near the top of your sheet on D&D Beyond, there's a shield icon that says armor class. Next to that, it should say initiative. Oh, the other thing too is that if you have D&D Beyond in like a pretty small window, it actually completely changes the display format versus if you have it in a full-size one. I only am familiar with the full-size version, but...
Okay, so I'm looking for a shield.
The shield is where the armor class is, and next to it is where you'd see initiative.
It. Initiative, found it. Okay,
Yeah.
I see now.
You just click the number.
Great.
Yeah, I thought I was looking for something different looking than what you were suggesting.
I don't know why mine rolled twice, but
I'm not sure either, but
I'll take the first one. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, great. You're all in. Okay, I'll move you guys to the map. Now, those of you who are wondering where KP's character comes in, that will be very soon.
Soon it will be described.
Okay, I think everything's in place.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Here we go. So, here is where you are on the map.
Ooh.
So positioning wise, Fitzriley charged right forward to the king and got a strike in. I already marked it. You did 5 damage to him.
And is that a barrier now?
That is a barrier now. Yeah. You go up and perhaps like go to strike your shovel against it, and it just bounces off. As that happens, you see that some sort of energy resounds from the 3 chanting spirits around him. It almost seems as though they're the ones that are keeping this bubble around the king. as he is.
I saw this in Dark Souls.
Yes. A phased fight, perhaps. Yes.
Yes, these
Okay.
are Dark Souls.
They are indeed Dark Souls.
Ah.
Yes. Okay.
My knee.
All right. So as you all start thinking about what you'd like to do, I'm going to add your guys' initiatives in, and then we'll get some combat music going.
You really got a 20 on initiative? Really?
So that is the layer action, which is
Great. He has layer actions. Tremendous.
In D&D is a thing that happens on initiative count 20. It's like an environmental turn, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The actual Voiceless King's initiative is 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I know. We live near a tomb. How about we make a spectral anvil the center of our village culture? What could possibly go wrong with that?
Out of character before we start.
Yeah.
Because my character's not smart enough to do this. Please don't forget that we got some items at the beginning of our adventure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes.
Might be useful.
Indy's has got a potion of healing. I have a potion of healing, and I have a scroll of talk to dead or animals. I don't know whether that's either or just to happen to have both.
It was both, actually.
And then we have a scroll to use on a wraith. We were given a scroll to use on a wraith. So I'm...
yeah, I don't know about that one.
I don't. I had said, literally said scroll to use on wraith. I don't know what that means. Scroll to use on wraith.
Do you have what it is?
No, it just says scroll to use on wraith. I think
do you want me to tell you?
See.
Sure. Is that?
It's protection from good and evil.
Oh, that's right.
That's
right.
I was like, what? There's no way I gave you like a MacGuffin that has. Just use this.
It says big bad guy weapon. What?
Yeah.
Break glass and turn.
That scroll will be very helpful. Yes, if you were to cast it. Essentially, that spell, I believe, can only be cast on one person, but if it is, it protects them from being possessed, and any spirit or ghost or the like that tries to attack them has disadvantage on those attacks.
It's an action to use a scroll, though, right?
It's an action to cast the spell from the scroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't we find that I am now weakened to possession? I'm the one that's weak to possession currently, correct? Because when I passed through the second one?
Yeah, the second trap in the tomb had an effect that weakens you to possession. That was you're no longer under the effect of that.
Okay.
And that's because
okay, go ahead.
It was meant for a person walking into the tomb to be possessed in the tomb. It happened to the mayor.
Okay, see that was what I was thinking originally. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know
you
if
guys
that
have
still stood.
Yeah, no, you guys have traveled long enough that's worn off.
Okay,
I'll tell you exactly who it needs to be cast on then. It's got to be cast on Fitz, because what I do not want is Fitz being like, rah, turn around and then charge at us and hit us with a shovel multiple times.
Yep.
Like,
I mean, it's just my shovel. It's not my great axe.
Yeah, but what happens
until you
if
get
I get
possessed
possessed and I start shooting acid everywhere?
Well, right. Or if I hit everybody with.
I mean, or
blows.
where you open your Technicolor Dreamcoat and
Happy Pride, pow!
Oh,
how does that feel?
That's great. Okay, so I think with that,
I have one more question.
No, please go ahead.
Any chance, because I'm wee, and this is a one shot, that on our stroll back to the city, someone could have carried me while I attuned to my new feather token?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Huh?
What does it do?
Mean?
What does it do? What does it do?
Yeah. So
attunement, Indy, means that when you attune to something, typically when you get a magical item, unless they're very minor, they typically require you to sort of become connected to them in some way, and that usually requires a rest, unless someone argues, diplomatically for it, as Rem has just shown, and then bypasses that typical process.
So
otherwise, it's just a blunt, mundane object if you don't attune to it. You have to kind of like connecting with the soul of the weapon.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am one with the force, and the force is with me. Yeah.
Yes.
The D&D movie does a good job at showing that effect, by the way.
This token came from you were in the tomb and you went like digging around, and I had you roll for a random magic item. Did I have an idea of which one it is? Was I any more specific with you? Because
no.
Okay.
Wasn't it
then
a
I
ring?
think
Or it was like a.
It was like, I think I may have described it as shaped like a brooch or a trinket
Yes.
or something
Oh,
like
I
that.
think, yeah, I didn't write down any more
Yeah.
details.
That's right.
That is what it was.
So,
yes.
all right, let's see.
Brooch is the word I was looking for.
All right.
We
I'm
could
just
look back
making
at
sure
my
this is
rolls
in
if we
action.
want to.
No, I think I know. I just need to see if this isn't. Wow. Okay, great. All right, so you look at the brooch, and I don't know how you're going to use this, but you look at the brooch, you've attuned to it, and when you attune to something in D&D, you understand what it does.
Yeah.
So this item is called Qual's Feather Token. It's a long-standing item in D&D's history. The feather tokens are basically like small trinkets, handheld, but then when you use an action, you like speak a special word, they transform into something. And there are 6 different kinds of feather tokens.
Ooh.
You have one, the feathers of which are green and almost moss-like, and in some places look like bark, and the tips of the feathers are this beautiful sort of orange, red, and green leaf color to them. And you see that this feather token is of a tree, meaning, here's what it says. You must be outdoors to use this token.
Check.
You can take a magic action to touch it to an unoccupied space on the ground. The token then disappears, and in its place, an oak tree springs into existence instantaneously. The tree is 60 feet tall and has a 5-foot diameter trunk, and its branches at the top spread out in a 20-foot radius. So essentially, on your turn, you can instantly make a tree.
Happy Earth Day!
I have ideas, Zach.
I was gonna
Great.
say, yeah, I
Okay.
didn't think of many things
So,
we can use that for.
Rem, you can add to your inventory, try searching up Qual's feather token, or maybe just try searching feather token,
Okay.
and the search maybe will do the rest for you. And when you search it up, you're going to grab the one that says tree, if you can find it.
Okay.
But let me know if it gives you any trouble.
I'm so excited.
Okay. Other last thing too, I'll get our music going and then we'll actually hop into combat. Other last thing, as you guys are here in the square, just about to try to take down this villainous, spectral, ghostly king, you all can hear the sound of a horse's hoofbeats in the distance. Someone is approaching the village from the east.
Next challenger.
From the east where the sun rises, Gandalf.
Yes.
Thank
As,
God.
introducing KP as Gandalf. No, I'm just kidding.
Wasn't it to the west?
Yeah.
Listen, all right. Yeah, but sure.
It was sunrise, so the east.
Look to he actually, yeah. Look
Either way.
to the east where the sun rises.
The only other thing, as you look in the windows on the first and second floors of the buildings around you, you can see that most of the villagers of Cilibrim are here. They are just incredibly frightened. Some of them actually look injured. Like maybe some sort of weird blast happened. You actually look down at the square and you see marks of like dust and dirt and footprints, as if there was some resonating burst from the central anvil when this ghost did its thing, whatever it was. And then people ran off. And so you do see that there are people in these buildings here, but there's this weird warping of sound in the air. They seem frightened. And this fog is also making it really hard for you to see them and them to see you. If that fog were to somehow go away, perhaps if the king becomes weakened or if the specters go away, you're not sure what the trigger for that would be. The villagers may come out to help you, or you can consider like trying to go directly into a building, leaving the fight temporarily or dragging the fight to them to try to get their aid, see if they, go up to the merchant and be like, hey, there's a fight going on right there. Give me a potion. Give me a potion.
We need help. We brought you this king.
Yeah, we brought you this king. So that is a thing that you can do. Rem, you were able to find the item?
Oh, yes.
Great. Good. Okay. I believe with that, then, we will begin combat. We had a little taste of combat last time, so as we start, I'll make sure this isn't too loud for us. Okay, so none of you rolled higher than 20, which means that the layer action is first. So in this version of D&D, a layer action is an environmental effect. It always goes at initiative 20, and the layer action is coming from these spectral chanters. So they are maintaining this barrier around the king, and then also are going to do one of two things. I'm going to choose I'm going to choose booming voice. So you all see the voiceless king as he is chanting, doing this strange magic above the anvil, above the mayor's body. You hear this ancient language, "Oh, stay, oh, stand here," as he's chanting and spinning his hands. And then almost, for those of us that have played the many times remastered and re-released Skyrim, you hear this equivalent of a dragon shout. As he's chanting, "Dostida Fusroda," as he, there's this booming voice. I'm just joking,
I
but
think I heard Tostitos.
yeah,
Yes.
Tostito chip.
Tostitos Fusroda. As anyway,
Oreo.
booming voice. Yes.
Bro, I want some
Um,
Oreos.
Oh man.
There is this boom of thunder from the voiceless king that permeates the barrier around him and affects all creatures within 60 feet, which is all of you.
Oh great.
I need all of you, with the exception of KP, who's not here yet, to make a Constitution saving throw. So, on your sheet that's in the top
Yeah, just hit
left,
Constitution.
Constitution save. Yeah,
Oh, I might have
Or-
messed up.
we'll see what pops up for you. Okay, we got a 17 and 18. I'll just let you guys know now to keep things simple that
Yeah, I
the
just rolled a
DC.
Constitution, not a save. But sorry.
Okay. Let's see. Reroll it.
If you click on that gear, Indy, there's a saving throw underneath, like at the bottom of the window with all the stats, with all of your attributes. There's a saving throws with a little gear.
Ah, I see it
And
now.
if you click
okay.
on that, then it
Yeah.
pops it up. And yeah.
I would take the roll.
I mean, they're
we'll see
both
what
plus one. Does that change anything? Like, I mean, you could
No,
technically
but
count it.
I'm trying to get in the habit of like I'll only take a roll if it was actually the accurate thing,
Okay, cool.
and I'd
Alright,
be
then
like,
I'll
oh
roll
sure,
it.
I'll take it. I won't take it.
So Constitution saving throw is what I'm doing
Exactly.
now. Okay, got it. Okay.
And I'll let you guys know the difficulty for pretty much everything that the king does is 12. His armor class is 12. His saving throws, you needed 12 or higher. Great, you all succeeded. Okay, so you all are going to take half of this little bit of damage. This is basically an AoE. Okay, so what would have been 6 damage to each of you is instead 3 thunder damage. None of you are really resistant to thunder, so that doesn't really matter.
What?
It's essentially
Copper
3
resists
damage.
thunder?
And Bob the Skeleton, I will also track. Bob the Skeleton also takes 3 thunder damage. I'll just
Darn
assume.
it, Bob. You're
that
supposed
he
to
saved.
dodge.
Damn it. It doesn't look like I can adjust when I'm just viewing the window unless I'm getting something
Oh,
wrong,
okay.
Zach.
Yeah,
So-
then I'll do that.
which means I'll and I'll write down
Yep. Sounds good.
15 out of 17.
And if you guys want as well, here I'll do this too. So on Roll20, you guys have control of your tokens, and you can go in. You have your health for your token, and if you click on your token on the map of Roll20, you can see the little red circle. You can adjust your health. That's your health is the red circle, and subtract 3 from it if that makes sense.
So do I need to do that for everyone?
Nope, just for yourself. So like on Roll20, do you see Indy's character right here?
Uh-huh.
So you're gonna click on yourself,
I did that, and I'm
and then
clicking on
you see the
little-
15. Yeah.
I clicked on
Click
that.
it, and then just write subtract 3 or -3 or something.
My bar is not right though because my health should be 17, which it shows in the red bar, but I don't have control
Yeah.
over the red bar.
Oh.
I can only control green or blue.
Oh, here you go. Yep, let me make sure you can
what
do
did-
that.
What did I do?
Same
wrong?
for me.
There you go. It was something on my end. You should be able to do it now.
Ah, I see. Thank you.
And Rem too. There you go.
Oh.
I've taken some damage because I've
Oh yeah.
been impulsive.
What have you taken damage from?
Going through the barrier several times.
You can recover from that damage because you would have had a short rest between now
Oh,
and then.
okay.
So
All right.
yeah. Consider yourself at full aside from taking 3.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Okay. And yeah, the same for everyone else. Okay, good. That is the layer action as this booming shout comes out. That thunder damage resonates. And I believe
exactly
with
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly like that. Like a big sneeze. Okay, so with that, Indy, you are up first. So I'll remind you as you play, you on your turn, you have basically 3 things you can do. You have your movement. Your character can move up to 30 feet. I hope you guys can see this ruler on Roll20 as I move it around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you can move up to 30 feet in any direction, and that's your movement. You then have your action, and on D&D Beyond, there's a tab that should say actions, and it should actually list out to you every action you could take. So,
That's
for
in the
example,
big block.
Yeah.
Yep, I can see that.
So, for example, I'm looking at your character right now too. You could attack with a dagger or a sickle. You have your firebolt. Firebolt's probably your main thing.
Yep.
You could release your acid breath as a dragonborn. You could forego an attack and command your Skeleguy to Bob to attack instead.
Doesn't he? How does he supplement me again?
So how he supplements you, he's gonna go right after, or either during or right after your turn. A familiar can't attack unless you forego one of your, like if you use your action to command Bob to attack. Otherwise, what Bob can do is any other action in the game, and those are things like, he can pull a lever, he can just mostly interact with things, but he can't attack unless you forego one of your own. The main thing that most warlocks do in this case is they command their familiar to take an action called help. What that does is it gives someone else's attack advantage, and your skeleton essentially like distracts the enemy and gives help to someone else, and then they get advantage on an attack. And you don't need to forego your action to do that. You can just have Bob default to doing that. I think the only thing is that Bob has to be, in order to take the help action, I think he has to be next to the person he's helping.
Yeah.
Let me just double check.
So.
Okay. You can aid a friendly creature in attacking a creature within 5 feet of you. So actually, he needs to be next to the enemy that is going to be attacked. If you're going to have him help.
Which is going to make him subject to that lair action.
So my move, is my move only me, or can I move both me and Bob?
You can move both of you.
Okay.
This is cool.
I'm
glad too, I'll just say as an aside that doing this as a separate thing, we have the time to let the combat breathe and take turns and learn stuff, so that's good. Okay, go ahead, Indy.
Am I allowed to have conversations during this, or are we just full on
Yeah, so
could I turn to Navra and be like, Navra, who do you want to attack? You're something, you know what I mean? So I can summon Bob to or you know what I mean? Okay.
So
I can
the general thing is that a full round of combat is around 6 seconds of real time. So
got it.
Generally, a DM would allow you to say something that you could effectively get out within 6 seconds with some.
So basically, I could say 2 sentences worth of something, and then that's allowed.
Right.
And that's just for free. Yeah.
Instead of breaking into kind of the truth is I've never cared about anyone because of what happened when I was a child. You see, that type of thing.
Okay.
And then he just started monologuing.
Yeah.
So anyway, I started monologuing.
So okay.
Full action monologue.
Navra,
Yes.
who should we attack first? I will summon Bob in their general direction to help give you advantage.
For balance, you must take the singer on the right, I the singer on the left. It is a stereo attack, my friend.
I love it. All right, so then now, wait, if I'm giving you an action, am I speaking that in character's voice, or how does that work exactly?
I think exactly what you just did is exactly how you should do it.
Okay,
yeah, you were
beautiful.
speaking as indies, right? Yeah.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Cool.
So, Bob, go to the left, singer, to help Navra on the next attack.
Oh, I did that. Thank you. Very kind of you. I thought he was going to help you.
No, I thought he was that it has to help. It can't help me. It can't give me advantage. I thought it had to give.
It could actually, yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you want Bob to attack is the only thing that takes your entire turn. You can otherwise command. You choose a enemy to put Bob next to, and whichever person attacks that enemy, Bob gives advantage to. It could be you.
Okay. So anyone. it could have been me.
Or could be you could actually. Bob, I just happened to put Bob there to the left as you described. You could now turn and as your action, cast Firebolt, and Bob will give you the advantage.
Okay,
if you
no, I
wanted to do
still
that.
want to help out the homie. So
All right.
Bob will help. So I say help now, right?
That's right. Yep.
Bob, help Navra on the next attack, and I will use Firebolt against the right singer.
Perfect.
Spectral.
Amazing. Okay. So you've done that. You've commanded your familiar. All right. You're now going to use Firebolt. So
do I do the hit thing first?
Yes, to hit, which I think for you is +5.
Do I have to click? Do I have to click on what it is, or do you just you do that?
Yeah, you have to click on where it says +5.
Okay, I meant like I don't have to click on the specter though on the thing, right?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm clicking hit for Firebolt.
In order to hit it, you just need just like with everything, a 12 is what you need. We'll see what pops up.
In there.
A 16.
Yeah.
That does hit. Okay, so now
Your
next
vibe is
to
crap.
right?
What's up?
yeah, next to the to hit, you're gonna hit.
Yep.
Do the damage. I think 1d10.
I am doing that now. It is moving very slowly on my screen. Oh, please don't land 0. All right, bet. Let's go.
Also, if you want to, in Roll20 in the chat, it gives you the option to click to roll damage directly in there.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
Nice.
That
Brutal
makes sense.
technique.
Wow. Okay, so as you hit these chanters, I'll just let you guys know each of these chanters have 10 health. I'll just make that pop up. So as you shoot out this firebolt, remind us again how Indy's fire is styled. Is it traditional fire? Is it have a different color? Oh yeah,
It was blue, and I go web
blue,
go.
and you go web go it. Okay, so as you turn, you're like, Bob, go help. Bob's like, and walks over to the other specter. You turn to the right, and you go, and you see blue flames arcs out of your hand and hits this spectral warrior as you hear this, and then the fire, as the fire hits it across, you see the flames lick across its body. It turns towards you and looks very angry.
Oh.
Yeah, stay mad.
But I think otherwise,
Undie mad about it.
Yeah, you can still move if you'd like to. Now you're in a great position because
I'm so far away. I feel like.
Yeah, your firebolt has a pretty long range, so you're fine to stay if you want. But
yeah, I'm good. I want to keep chilling next to. I will stay next to Navra.
Great. Okay. Speaking of Navra, the view shifts over to Navra Norel. What do you wish to do?
I swiftly, in my monk fashion, clap Indy's on the back, and then that was a free action, and then turn, and I'm going to head next to this one. I'm going to turn towards him. I'm going to look for a moment at Bob, who I assume is doing something. Hello, my honey. Hello, my something like that.
Hello, my right time.
And I was going to do flurry of blows, but I think we're going to hold. Oh, I forgot to ask this. Did we? Because I had used a focus point. Did we get that back on the way back to the village? It's fine if we didn't. I just want to know.
Essentially, everything. It's almost like you could have taken a long rest before this fight. Basically, yeah. You have like everything refreshed because of the.
I think we did take a
time
long rest, didn't we?
I think we might have. So okay, I'm gonna hold off on the flurry of blows until we deal with the big dude. So or whatever mysterious figure is coming
real
to
quick.
us.
The focus point is like a number of times you can use an ability. Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's just it's a monk
for a
specific
monk.
thing. Yeah.
Okay.
I have 2 of those focus points. Sometimes like sorcerers, they're called sorcery points. It's different for every class. But for me, focus points, and I can use them for flurry of blows. But I'm not going to do that here. Although I am curious when, because it's been a long time since I played a monk. When I do an unarmed strike and I can use a bonus action to use the unarmed strike. I don't get 2 attacks in that turn, correct? It's just meaning like when I'm using it, like I can't do unarmed strike and then a second unarmed strike as a regular action. Yes?
Let's double check. I actually think that as of 2024, you can.
Oh.
Let me just see really quick. So for a monk, it doth say that a monk may dexterous attacks. Great. Bonus unarmed strike. You can make an unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Well, I saw that, but I didn't know if that was just
so-
mostly to allow a, say, double move and then an armed strike, not that I would get 2 combat attacks.
No. Yeah, it's
right.
written as a full sentence, so it can be done in conjunction with any action.
Well, then I'm gonna Bruce Lee this clown.
Let's go.
All right.
Yep.
So, all right. First unarmed strike. Charge! 16.
Okay.
That's 4 bludgeoning.
Okay, great. Yep.
And then the second attack
Takes
is I
it.
stay right there. Oh, it's advantage, right? Because I'm getting helped. So actually,
yeah. So
Yes.
sure.
So I guess should be
We'll
that first
say-
one. Yeah. How do you want to do that?
You had the intention of this being the second one, so roll one more time, and that one more time will be the advantage for the first, just in case you crit. But so far, you've already done... Okay, yeah, so
Okay.
4 and 7. So, that if you're using your action bonus action to do that, it's gone. It's over.
Let's go.
Yeah, describe the two moves that you do. Also, do you unveil yet?
No.
Or... Okay.
I do not yet. So again, in my practiced way, clapping Bob on the back as well as a free action without hitting him too hard.
Phrasing.
I then I swiftly move in, and my left hand shimmers as I strike at the back of this chanting creature. As it hits, there is a flare of, I would say, rainbow light that just sort of, for a minute, over the creature, and then as it sort of turns back towards me, then right palm directly to the face.
Amazing.
And again, it just... And then I turn to Bob and I say, thank you. And back to Indies and say, keep it up. There's 2 more to go. Also,
Amazing.
I hear an onrushing enemy on hoofs.
Aye, Captain.
Just kidding.
Yes. So, a few
I salute
things
thee.
are about to happen right before Fitzriley goes. The first is that the as Bob has offered you help and salutes you back, you strike and destroy this one spectral chanter, and you see that the bubble shield around the Voiceless King wavers a bit, but maintains. The Voiceless King then looks in your direction, and his face becomes this terrifying paroxysm of horror as he his mouth goes wide and torn, and there's an effect here. Some boss monsters have legendary actions which they can take at the end of a person's turn.
Yeah.
He can do so when one of his specters has been defeated, so he is going
So
to
that's 3.
yes,
Gets to do it 3 times.
but he
And
can
it's
only
called
do it.
Obliterate Monk.
Yeah, it's
And
called
nice
Destroy
play.
Monk. Sorry, Greg.
Takes 70 damage and...
He has a scroll MacGuffin for that.
So yeah,
Oh,
so
God, the
he's
scroll.
gonna
I forgot the
do-
scroll. Gotta do the scroll.
yeah,
All right.
it's okay.
I'll do that in a minute.
So I think he's gonna do the Voiceless King's gonna use a legendary action to do Rend Voice. So the
Sounds
target
bad.
must make a Constitution save,
Okay.
DC 12. Let us see. Oh dear.
Whoops.
Oh no.
Okay. On a
Right,
failure, the
right,
target takes this amount of force damage.
Uh-oh.
2d6.
2d6.
Oh, that this
Thankfully, I
level.
rolled
That's
so low.
4.
Yeah.
All right, I'm good.
Okay,
Aha!
so that is 3 points of force damage.
It's because of my
All-
training in the
yeah.
mountains where my mentor taught me how to
Yes.
not be hit by red
Yes.
voice.
I'll adjust on D&D Beyond, which it shows you at 11 now. You can adjust your token on Roll20. On your end, you'd need to refresh the D&D Beyond page in order to see that I've changed it. But
Yeah, okay.
you take that amount of damage from it rending your voice. So what happens is as he opens his mouth wide, this terrifying, almost like Jack Skellington like opening of this ghostly maw, you see there is this like pulling and sucking of the air, and as you've turned around and you say what you said to Indies, like we're in this together, or whatever your one-liner was, as you say that, you say that, and your voice leaves your body, so you are now mute. You're not a spellcaster. If you were, you would be unable to cast spells that require a verbal component. But
no.
for the most part, you just took a bit of damage and you can't speak. You can repeat this. You can make a saving throw at the end of your turn to break out of this muted effect.
I'm sorry, what kind of saving throw? It's
The same kind, a Constitution.
Constitution saving throw at the end of my turn, or I can do that?
Yeah, at the end of your turn. So essentially, you're going to start your next turn muted and then have a chance to break out of it.
I silently quote to myself the movie by the great Rutger Hauer, Blind Fury, and silently say, "That's where I live." So
Okay, so I'll give you this like weird fist grabby token thing on your token to represent that. Okay, that was a legendary action. Then
sure
from
was.
the east, hoofbeats as dismounting off of a horse, or if you so will it, KP. I don't have a horse prepared, but I can get one for you if you want to ride it into battle. We see. We'll see. We see a new combatant has entered the battle. A new hand has touched the beacon as your character, KP, has seen this strange fog, magical effects, distant lightning that is not visible to someone within the village. But essentially, as you're passing by on your horse, we'll just get some...
I make it like a mini pony.
Oh, yeah, sure. You have a mini pony. I'll just mute the music for now. You were just on a little stroll, or perhaps you can actually tell us what you were doing, but you see this village in the distance with lightning coursing through it, a strange fog, something strange is happening. And as you're passing by, you go to enter in. So why was your character passing by? What were they heading to Celebrium? Were they just passing by? And then who do we see riding into combat?
I will say, this is a bit more of a very show-offy entrance for
Hell yeah.
my type of character, but I love it. So you see dismounting from what seems like a miniature horse, a halfling cloaked figure. And as he jumps off, sort of stylishly, almost trying to, seems like, show off a little bit. And then I was hoping I could do this in a sneaky way, but I have an alternate path. I'm gonna try this.
You can try sneaky if you want.
No. Okay, can I try a sneaky, like do a sneaky thing first?
Yeah, like not even actually be visible in combat yet. Sure,
because I was gonna say, as he shows up, you had the awesome like Western music showing up. So he gets up with the cloak, just like seems like y'all fiction to have a problem. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Okay.
You know what? No. You know what? I have a better idea. Okay, I'll do this. Okay. As he dismounts from his pony, you suddenly see him lift off his cloak, and it's this halfling human being right there, tiny person, with black wavy hair, kind of just blowing in the wind. He has a very clean shaven face, and then suddenly he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at just 2 stones and at 4'3", coming in from the east, it's the halfling hero, the master of stealth, the cunning cut purse, with the name you'll never see coming, John Cena." Flip on his wrist and twinkle in his eye, he'll rob you blind and leave you staring at the lights. Because when John Cena's around, you can't see him. And I'm gonna jump and hide away.
Amazing.
You're gonna jump and immediately hide away.
Wow.
Now rogue.
Give me a stealth check, please. And then I'll allow you to begin your turn.
All right, let me.
All his training is to be sneaky, but all of his passion is to be like a wrestler. Like I'm here. Like,
okay, let me check the perception of the. All right. Well, here's the other thing too: is you did announce yourself, but then you go to hide. But 11. Yeah. So what happens is you announce yourself in this way. You see that all of the villagers in the windows are all their attentions like turning. You see that Velius, the voiceless king himself, turns and looks over in your direction as you stop. Everyone just sort of looks as you say the words John Cena. You see that the village's local bard sticks his trumpet out of a window and does the call for you. And then as you announce yourself and then go to disappear, you go to jump into a nearby, or maybe past. Well, actually, here, I'm going to put you on the map. You can let me know which direction you wanted to jump in. Also, here's your pony right there. Yeah. So I was going to drop you right here. Do you go to hide up in this way, or trying to like dive into, maybe there's a window here on the first floor of this building. You can try to, well, actually that's a forge for a blacksmith, so maybe not. It looks like the best place to hide is probably this way. Yeah, it's just pure fire.
Yeah, I'll take it to the right,
Great.
my right.
So,
towards, like what seems like a
Okay.
wheelbarrow of rocks.
So as you're now visible with a 16 initiative, you are going to start your turn, but you do see as you go to dive between these wagons full of coals that your back left foot catches on the wagon and tips it over slightly, and a bunch of coals just land, and the voiceless king and all of the chanters just look in your direction. 11 was not quite enough. They do see you.
Yes, that's
but
fine.
You can start your turn.
I choose to be seen this turn. Like that's
yeah.
All right.
my decision.
You have now entered combat. Just tell us what you want to give a shot.
I think there's a moment where he just like sits behind there, like reprimanding himself, like, God damn it, God damn it, God damn it. It was so cool up to that moment. That was so cool. God damn it. All right. You know what? Screw this. And then I will, in that moment, take out from my back a short bow, notch it, and I would like to then use that to attack one of the wraiths near me. Is there a visible way to tell, like, can I tell which wraith is damaged more, or is that something that I can assess?
You can. Yeah, you can see that the one to the southeast over here has its form is much more translucent, as if it's just on the cusp of fading away.
Okay. Is that within 80 feet?
Definitely.
Okay, yeah. So seeing that, I'm going to go and aim for that one.
Okay.
And should I just roll to hit first?
Give it a shot.
Okay, give me something
need a
good. God
12
damn it.
to hit.
God damn it.
11 is just short. I will offer you this. I often do this with rolls that are one number shy. Is a success at a cost.
Okay.
First of all, can you think of a success at a cost for this that comes to your mind? Maybe something like your bowstring snaps and you'd have to use an action to repair it next turn, or I don't know. What do you think?
That's a good. I love this concept. I've never actually thought of it this way. Let's see. I would imagine that, like the way he drew the bow, after he released it, it hit like the bowstring hit his hand and then knocked it. Like he literally knocked it out of his own hand, and so now he has to go grab it.
Okay, cool. Roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Roll a d8 for me.
A d8. Okay. Where did you want me to roll it in?
Yeah, try rolling it either in Roll20 or D&D Beyond. There's a dice roller in the bottom left of D&D Beyond if you have it.
I can do it. I can do it in.
Roll20.
Let's see. Okay.
Either way.
I got a 4.
A 4. Okay, so starting just north of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then roll a d4 for me.
Okay. D4. I'm not rolling well.
Actually, no, that is good. That is good for
you.
you.
Okay.
Your bow lands 1 square shy of you.
Okay.
It's cut by the pony who fires an arrow himself.
Exactly. Yeah. The pony's like, finally,
my time has come. Enough of this horsing around.
The
Let's
origination
go.
story. Go ahead and roll the damage for your shot, because you did hit as a result of this.
Okay. All right. I got 8.
That's the most
No.
PNG. Hold on.
What the? That's weird.
Let's see. There you go.
Oh, 1d. Yeah. So 1d6 plus 3. I got a 6.
Oh yeah. Sneak attack. Let's see. You wouldn't have sneak attack, so it would just be 6.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just be 6.
Okay. That is enough to take it out, though. So.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's only two left, I think, right?
Well, so there is now only 1 left.
Sorry, two health left on that particular one.
Right, yeah.
Damage, yeah.
So you pull back your bowstring, you release an arrow. As you do, you pull it back with such force that the bow snaps out of your hand and falls just to your side. But the arrow is true, and as it flies through the specter, its enough force that the air resistance that's displaced around the arrow, it's a strange thing striking a ghost, you know. It's less that the arrow did the damage and more that the pure wind essentially rend this thing apart. And you see as it dissipates, the Voiceless King then turns to you. When you end your turn, he's going to take another legendary action. But
do I have to dodge that, by the way?
No, no. If he had rolled a 1, then maybe, but...
Because, I mean, that arrow looks as
yeah,
if it's going
it goes right past, it goes right into you.
Good shot.
No.
Fortunately, I am fast enough that I quickly raise my arm and move.
Yes. No. Okay. That was your action.
Question. So that was my action. Did my entrance coming in count as my movement as well, or?
I'll say, as you went to go hide. No, I had all intents that you'd start your turn where you are at, so you have full movement.
So I moved 5 feet technically to get to the hidden spot.
Yeah.
But so I still have 25 more.
Right.
Is there an opportunity to use that to hide? Or that be an action?
If as a rogue, you can use a bonus action to hide. Yeah.
Yes. So
and if you wanted to pick up your bow as a free like object interaction, you could just bend down while you're in the space of the bow to pick it up.
You just see him while he's trying to maintain his current hidden state because he thinks he's definitely still hidden. He goes out and just uses his foot and just starts to like try and see if he can just drag the bow back towards him, grab it, and then tries to rush off and hide again.
Okay.
Potentially, could I do it in such a way that I'm closer to the other specter?
Well, you can actually move yourself, so move to where you want to go.
I'm trying to. Is there a way to use this to make sure that I can know that
every square is 5 feet?
Yep.
No, I know. I sometimes I didn't know if there was like a way to like it has a path thing that I can use. But,
so I mean, there is a ruler tool in Roll20 on the left. Like you can, if you hold it, if you select it, and then hold down,
that's what.
Yeah. If you hold down left click, and then you could even like, while you're holding left click, you can right click intermittently to like path different stuff. But
no worries. Okay. Oh yeah. See, that's exactly what I was. Yeah. So how about? Is that a picnic table up here?
Maybe.
Picnic.
I don't see where you're pointing, but
I was like up here. Come on, it's not
this. Yeah, it's just a table with some food on it. Looks like
I'm trying to decide.
You jumping on top of that table,
aka a picnic table.
You're leaping on top of the table.
No, I'm trying to find a place to hide again.
That could be one, especially with how short you are.
Yeah, because I think because of that's my quality as a halfling, right? Is small, even mundane, like what is it? It shows me features and traits. Creature halfling nimbleness. You can move through space of any creature. That is okay. No. Yeah. Natural stealthy. You can take the hide action even when you are obscured only by a creature that is at least one size larger than you. But I'm okay. Yeah. It doesn't say that.
Okay, great.
But okay, you know what? I'm just gonna get behind that table.
You can definitely do that, and you might even have. Let's see. If you start here, if you went and grabbed your bow, you would still have enough movement. So you want to do that?
That's what. Yeah.
Okay. So you go. You use your foot to grab your bow. Okay. Make another stealth check now, and that'll be the end of your turn.
All right. Come on, give me something good, please.
Okay, a 12. Well, the thing is that, as I said, 12 is kind of everything. The passive perception of these wraiths is 12, meaning they can still see you. You see that the Voiceless King, in fact, sees that you've done this. You end your turn. He's going to use a legendary action.
Tracks you the whole way. He's just like
he's just watching as this very loud halfling.
As I jump behind the picnic table, I actually do this and then get back.
Oh my gosh. He's going to. He's going to use a verbal volley as a legendary action. So this is a ranged spell attack.
Oh man.
What's your armor class?
14.
Okay. That is a 19 to hit.
God damn.
So that'll deal to you again, rolling somewhat low.
Wow.
4 points of thunder damage.
Oof. Okay. Oofta.
What's up, Rippin?
And
I'm just saying, your name has 2/3 of TPK in it.
Wait, who?
Yeah, your real name.
KP.
Your real name.
Oh, KP. Oh, my real name. I mean, we'll only get 2/3 of the way there then, right?
Oh
It's
my
not a
gosh.
Full,
Yeah.
full TPK.
Okay, great. That means finally, Fitzriley, it is your turn.
So there's a little foam at her mouth because this has been the longest 6 seconds getting to this point.
Welcome.
So she kind of, everything in combat to her, this is where she thrives. So she's aware of what's going on around her. And as these two wraiths disappear on either side of her, she makes dead eye contact with the wraith and kind of whispers through the magical barrier, I can be scary too. And she's gonna drag her shovel so that the tip of it is the wooden part is dragging like a circle on the ground with her as she walks, and the blade of the shovel is against the ward, making like a spark as she's walking alongside of it, and
It's like big time Darth Maul, Phantom Menace
my
vibes. Like
God.
scraping along
Yeah.
as she gets over here, walking to that the edge of the barrier. She leans the shovel then against the barrier for a moment, and without even looking behind her is going to flick a because I'm assumed I'm still raged from the first
Yes.
round.
Yep.
So I'm gonna flick a hand axe at the specter behind me
Great.
without even looking at it.
Okay. Give it a shot. Also, I'm gonna put that mark to represent that you're raging. All right, you throw a hand axe.
Yep. Here's the first
Well,
one.
Definitely without looking with a 7.
Oops.
As you,
Did you strike the rogue? Oh, sorry.
the hand axe flies through the air and then lands on by the stairs.
But it's okay because I have 2-weapon fighting,
Great.
so I can throw another one.
You definitely can. Also at the specter, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah, dives into the forge, exactly that.
A
22.
22.
Hey.
Well, you rolled an unarmed strike.
Which is
Oops.
appropriate because you don't have the X anymore. I'm just
So
kidding.
try again.
Oopsie, sorry. It's still a
It's
plus
okay.
5 to hit, but
All right. That's
Okay,
fine.
19. That does hit. Yep. All right, give us your damage. I'm gonna spawn in an axe for you, so that we know where it is on the battlefield. Okay. Does this have a background? It does. That's the thing, is when you try to spawn stuff in, it either
I
doesn't even come in, or it has the
Yep.
most JPEG-looking white background you've ever seen. That one doesn't even load. Okay.
This axe from axe.org.
It's literally okay. Here we go. Here it is. It's very big. All right, I'm gonna just. Pop
I was gonna
this
say
right over there.
5 foot by 5 foot
okay.
axe.
It's
Just
still
swings
actually
over.
rather big. Okay, great. Oh no, it's giant again. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you deal 6 damage. Gosh. All right. To the specter, as you go to throw one, the axe mostly passes over its shoulder and and then kind of like clatters against the stairs over there. You see that this is the storefront where you all bought some things from the dwarf inside, and as the axe scrapes against his window, John Cena is right in front of this building. The dwarf is looking out from it and kind of like ducks and then looks back up, and his eyes are wide as he's seeing this happen. You throw the second hand axe, and it does rend through the spirit and kind of discorporates a little bit. And that was your action and bonus. Anything else?
and then I'm just gonna grab my shovel back and prepare for that thing to break. I will look over my shoulder at the intruder, who thinks that he's the coolest halfling that ever happened to this city and is wildly incorrect. So I'll look back over my shoulder and just go, "You can have my leftovers."
Ooh.
Amazing. That is awesome. Okay.
Oh, and
Yeah.
I forgot. Sorry. I have to say
Mhm.
both of those things with the dialect. So I can be scary too. And then I'll do the you can have my leftovers.
That is so good. Okay.
Nice.
All right. So you end your turn. The voiceless king continues chanting his ritual, and then will actually take a turn. So he's going to use his action to cast a spell. And I have to figure out who he's going to cast it on. I think he's going to cast it on... He can target 2 people. I think he's going to do Fitzriley.
That's right.
And-
Because he's afraid.
Yeah. And Indies. Because Navra's already... Well, Navra's already affected by the mute. Navra can't even... So,
Right, I'm like, not a
he's
threat.
going to get the 2 of you. So you watch as he spins his hands, and again, this ancient dialect, and then as he casts a spell called Slow,
Oh, man.
he will cast Slow. So it says you alter time around, in his case, up to 2 creatures of your choice. Each target must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw. Okay, so Indies and Fitzriley make a Wisdom save. You need a 12.
I just realized I did something dumb.
What?
I would have recklessly attacked too, so it would have been anyway. So
I don't know if Reckless works.
Easy
well.
money, dude.
Well, we'll find out next.
Yeah,
It's okay.
yeah. I'll look it up in the meantime.
Yeah, if
So
it works
wisdom.
with range attacks, but anyway.
Wisdom is not my best.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, not your best there.
Yep, not your best. Okay, so
I'm pretty tough.
yep. So I think with slow, if you succeed, nothing happens. Let me just double check. An affected target, or be affected by the spell. Okay, so Indies, you're scot-free at the moment. He goes to cast the spell, and Indies, for a moment, you start to feel everything around you slow down. With it, that spell's central effect seems to be on your voice almost. You feel this tightness in your throat that then sort of extends to the rest of your body, but you manage to shake it off. It's Riley, on the other hand, as you throw your axes, you feel suddenly, as centered on your voice, everything begins to slow down. So while the Voiceless King is concentrating, I'll put this little stopwatch here.
You can
To signify
have
that.
my
Yes.
leftovers.
So while you're under the effects of this, your speed is halved. You have a -2 to armor class and dex saves. You can't take reactions. And on your turn, you either take an action or a bonus action, but not both. The other effect of this is that while you are slowed, you can speak. The effect of his slow spell is not actually like slowing how fast you talk, but rather your voice pitches down. So a extra Arvocalist requirement of this is that your voice must now be down.
But still
here.
Irish.
You
still Irish.
can have
There you
my leftovers.
There you go. Perfect. All right. I'll give you, for fulfilling the requirement, I'll give you a +1 to your next save against it.
Yay!
Because it says at the end of each of your turns, you can try to end the spell on yourself. So
I am gonna
that.
adjust my mic for those so I can get
Okay.
more into my chest register.
great, perfect. All right, and then I'll put, let's see, what should I put for slow? I'll put a little
The snail icon
flag.
is my favorite.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. Put a snail for slow. Okay. That is the Voiceless King's turn. The layer action will go. These will end once the last chanter's gone, but it's going to happen one more time. I think we're going to do the other one. This is probably my last chance. So the other layer action is going to go off before Indy takes his turn. This is, instead of booming voice, this is terrifying howl. So as he's chanting through the air, all creatures within 60 feet that can hear him, which is all of you, I think.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah, even John
I should
Cena,
have moved away.
have to make a wisdom saving throw. So all of you, if you wouldn't mind, make a wisdom save.
Okay. Oh, where's? I don't have much.
This is where I get
Okay.
the
Oh,
plus one.
hey, there we go.
You can choose to apply the
Oops.
+1 to this one
Oops.
or to your slow save, but only one of them.
You're too
I'll
busy
use
being
it on
smug
this.
about the slow.
Okay.
Indy.
So we'll add one to
Or
this one.
Yeah, I'll let you save it actually in case you don't save. So
Oh, okay. I got
Yeah.
14.
yeah, okay, great. So looks like everyone except for Indy's saved.
Indies was like, I am not affected
Right.
by slow.
So-
Ah!
So as this terrifying voice emanates from the king, all of you are, with your wisdom save, are able to either what's the word? Muffle your ears in time, or just resist the terrifying effect. But Indies, something about the way this howl has gone through has shaken you to your core. So the effect of this is just that you are frightened until the end of your next turn. So what that means, it's a condition. You can actually give yourself the frightened condition if you want on D&D Beyond. If you want to give yourself the condition, you can.
I like to be frightened.
Yeah, I believe it's near your health where you'd see a box that says conditions and you can find frightened. But essentially it means you can't move closer to the source of your fear, which it's not like you were planning to do anyway. And then I think you have disadvantage on attacks while you can see your source of fear. So
Well, you can see. So is my source of fear just
the king himself.
The king himself. Okay.
Yeah.
I
it's
can't.
now
Do
your
I
turn.
need to add this thing, or does it matter?
You don't need to. We'll
Okay,
just track
okay.
it.
I know I'm afraid. It's fine.
Yeah, we all know you're afraid.
I'm aware. I'm
we all
afraid.
know I'm
I mean,
terrified.
we know.
We get it. All right.
Yeah.
Don't need to bring it
All
up.
Okay, it's your turn, so you get to order Bob around and then also do your stuff. But you're frightened.
Right. But if I simply wait, so I can't hold on. Can I turn away
Cast over your shoulder.
from no, hold on, hear me out. Can I turn away from the king
Mhm.
and strafe past him? I'm not moving towards him. I am strafing to my left and then turn to face the so basically like how do I do
Let's see.
this? So like I would turn to my right. I would strafe.
Here's how I'll put it: is
Yeah.
you can't move within
Yep,
this circle.
that's fine. So I
basically.
am-
Or actually, it wasn't quite centered, but something like that. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, you
so-
can move as long as you're not getting a square closer to him. Yes.
Yeah. So basically what I'm doing here, I'm going right. Here.
Oh. Let's see.
Is that far? Is that too far?
That might be too far with your 30
Okay,
feet.
so-
Let's see, because you were here. That's one square too far.
Oh, one square too
Also,
far,
you're
that's
like
fine.
jumping over an
Oh, is that
active
something I
like
can't cross?
forage area. You can I would say that it would take an extra 5 feet of your movement. You could
So let's-
probably give me an athletics check really quick.
Okay.
If you want to try that.
Athletics check. So that would be athletics. There we go. Okay.
Ooh.
What?
Well, here's the other thing: is that in order to get there, you would have to somehow get closer to him. Like this path,
Yeah.
basically.
So is that a building? Like so I can't
This,
go.
yeah,
like-
you can
like
hop over
this-
this part that's
this
sticking
thing
out.
I can't stand on. This
You
is not
cannot.
something-
No, that
Okay,
is
okay.
the roof of a building. You can try to climb up there.
That's fine. Just can't I just go the opposite way where there's plenty of room to the left of me instead?
Definitely.
So okay. So hold on, I got too much stuff here that I'm trying to move out of the way. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay,
You
so we
started
got
back
the-
here.
We got the cone of silence. All I need to do.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the ruler lets me see this. So ruler.
Looks like you could get here.
Oh yeah.
So I have
But you got to go
25.
around. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to go like.
As long
right.
as your arrow. I've never actually done this before, but I feel like it works.
How did you
Yeah.
do the right?
Yeah,
click?
yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, hold on.
Mm.
Well, the 30 feet would be the extent of it for you.
Yeah. I'm trying to make it happen. My thing is so laggy that it's not.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay.
Alright, so you're
it
gonna-
looks-
yeah,
it
you'll
looks
end up
like
right there.
It was right here, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why am I not able to?
Now you have to go back to the
Yeah.
Welcome to
Gosh,
Roll20.
darn it, I'm
We've been dealing with this.
learning.
Yeah, we've been dealing with this for 10 years.
Yep.
It was right here.
It's a good tool, but it has its learning curve.
Yeah, it was right here, right?
I think you were one back of that. You were
One to the left.
Yeah,
One to the left of it.
like there.
If you want to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, okay. How did I turn myself again? How do I turn my character?
You click on yourself, and then you'll see the blue outline, the pegs of the outline around your character, and there should be one sticking out. It rotates you.
I'm clicking it. I swear. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay.
I can do it for you.
Yeah, please just turn me just so that if my right side is facing the specter.
Oh, okay. So turning away from this?
I'm turning away from the king.
All right.
Okay. I can no longer see the king. I simply see the specter out of the peripheral on the side of my eye here.
Just side-eyeing the spectre.
So
Yes.
what I would say, well, based on the angles, sure, that could work.
Like I literally am purely only seeing it to the right, and then
Yeah,
Bob is unaffected, right?
that's right.
Bob is
Whoops.
how close can
Yeah,
Bob
I
get
think
to
he
the
can
other
get.
specter?
Yeah, he can definitely get up to the specter if you want.
Okay, yeah, just put Bob next to the specter.
Great.
See?
My friends, I know you cannot speak, but you don't need it for me to blow this nerd up.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
I'm like,
That's not real speaking.
Amazing.
And now,
You're rude.
as Bob,
Shut up.
as Bob,
no, you.
as Bob distracts, I'm sorry, I help. Bob helps.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm declaring help.
Right.
Okay. As Bob does that, I simply, out of the corner of my eye, I lift my arm. You can't see it, but I begin to charge my fireball,
Yeah.
and I shoot the fireball directly at the specter.
At Bob.
Amazing.
Who's in front of the
Okay.
spectre.
So you're gonna roll to hit for the firebolt. You get to do
Yep.
it twice because you have advantage.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
hmm
Yeah. Right through Bob's rib cage.
Honestly,
It's so.
we'll see what you
slow.
get. It is so slow. It's okay. Oh yeah, 24 does hit.
Nice.
Okay,
I don't
so
know
then
if you rolled twice, but roll one more time because you might critically hit. The 24
Okay.
definitely
Ooh.
works, but
What is a crit? Crit? Or what do I need for crit?
that's what happens if you roll a 20 on the die.
Oh, I see. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
good moment.
which would double
Okay,
your
so I'm
damage.
rolling
You just
again.
rolled a 19, so it's already good. But
I don't think that's gonna do it.
I'm waiting for it. Yeah, 15. Okay, so we'll take
Yeah.
the 24.
Okay, so I
now
click
you
the
can
roll
roll
damage on the 24.
Yeah, give it a shot. 3. Okay. Oh, one short of outright killing it, but it all counts as you deal
Curse
3 damage to.
you.
Yes. 3 damage to it. You shoot out the flame from the corner of your eye, and the flame passes through Bob as it strikes the specter, and you see there's a very, very faint wisp of it left. The frightening effect on you dissipates at the end of your turn, and I think that would be the end of your turn, probably.
Yeah. I think so.
Bob helped. Did his thing. Okay, that means Navra, it's your go. You are still muted, but can otherwise act normally.
All right. I am silently.
Finish it, my brother.
Going to, yes. Let's see. So, okay. If I. No, I don't have to do that. 5, 10, 15. Okay. I am going to come here next to Fitzriley.
Cool.
I have 2 options here, but I think it's better to get that specter down. So I am going to throw my spear at the specter.
Great.
And let's hope that I hit.
I believe in you. 15 hits.
Outstanding. So that's 8 piercing damage then.
That's
That's
right.
done there.
It pierces through and breaks the specter's form. You all watch as the last spectral chanter dissipates completely. And with that, the barrier surrounding the king dissipates and is gone.
Yeah,
Shovel
it
to the
does.
face. Shovel
Yeah,
to
it
the face.
does.
Shovel to the face.
He, as the voiceless king,
I will still end you.
as he turns in your direction, legendary action awaiting. Anything
does he
else for
turn
your
to?
turn? He turns to Navra for sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that
Is he? He's doing it at the end of the turn, right? Or
at the end of your turn.
end of my
Yeah.
turn. Outstanding. Because before that, the cloak is thrown off, and in the glittering of the setting sun, the shimmering colors fill the entire square with just absolute, the purest of rainbows.
Yeah.
As I'm going to flurry of blows this guy into the nether realm.
As the barrier drops and all three chanters are gone, the moment that you grab your cloak and you fly it off, the shimmering colors of your armor and clothing shining, the fog in the village.
Oh yeah, the fog.
also
I planned
dissipate.
that. I mean, that's exactly what I. Yeah, let's go.
And you see
Woo!
clearly. I can see clearly now.
Now the
The
fog,
evil
is
fog is
gone.
gone. As all of the villagers in the windows, all their eyes wide, they all kind of look, and you hear whispers and chants of, "Oh, they're actually taking him down. They can do it. They can do it." And you hear the merchant up here where John Cena is bustling in his shop saying, "I'll try to get something to throw out to you guys." And you see his head pops down from the window, and you hear the clattering of crates and things.
Could be a potato, could be a weapon. We have no idea what he's gonna
yeah.
throw, but it'll be something.
So I'm gonna put that
I
at
hope it's a
initiative.
potato.
I'm gonna put that at village. Will go at initiative 0.
Yeah, village has its own
Great.
initiative.
Cool.
Screw your
All right,
lair actions. Okay.
So rest of your turn.
Right. I am taking a bonus action to flurry of blows, please.
Great. Go for it. Oh, hell yeah. All right.
So because it's bonus action, so I'm gonna flurry
Right.
this
Okay.
bad boy up.
Flurry this.
Flurry this.
Flurry this. That's
7.
first one was just starting. Just starting.
Passes.
Second. God damn it.
Oh, okay. 11. I'll offer you a success at a cost. Trying to think of what that would be as you
An
go to
automatic
strike
fail
him.
on my voice, maybe, because I was gonna try to end the con
well,
save.
The thing is that your voice is, if for a spellcaster I would take that deal, but you don't really need your voice at the moment. I think maybe you go to swing, you do hit him. How about this? Is maybe you lose your hand.
That's just
You
a small
strike
cost.
so hard. No. How about this actually? He is floating on the anvil, and the voiceless king's this large specter. Perhaps as you go to strike him, you do damage, but you also hit the anvil, so you're gonna take like half of the damage you dealt.
Okay. Or I hit the mayor,
you-
thereby doing 30 damage to his helpless form.
No, we'll
Sorry.
strike.
Yeah.
You strike the anvil. Unless you can come up with a different success at a cost, that's the one I'd offer.
No, that's reasonable. I think that's fine.
Okay. All right. So you go for that flurry of blows. You miss with a 7 as it just sort of passes through. You go to strike maybe a bit further down, and as you do connect with the spirit's form and deal 5 points of damage to it. All right.
Okay.
But as you do, the fist hits the anvil that's past its spiritual form. So you're gonna take half of that. We round down, so that's 2 bludgeoning damage to you.
Ow.
And then make a Constitution saving throw for your rend voice.
Yes.
And then it'll take a legendary action. And then John
Doesn't
Cena.
he have a constitution? Doesn't he have a concentration thing up at the moment that I just hit him with?
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Yeah, the slow effect. So let me make a saving throw for that. His con bonus is +2. He succeeds.
God damn it.
I was gonna be real mad if I adjusted my mic for no reason.
You're like ready into the. Oh.
Yeah, so he succeeds.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry. So con saving throw, right?
Right.
Nope.
9. All right, so
Nope.
you're still
silent.
As the effect of Ren voice actually is such that if you continue failing your saving throw, your voice slowly is coming back, as he has sort of siphoned it out, but it's changed or altered in some way. So the second effect of this it, again, would be terrible if you were a spellcaster, but otherwise, the effect of this is that your voice comes back, but with a slight alteration. That could be a change in accent, or pitch, or timbre, and effectively, it's still kind of not your voice, so you're still effectively muted, but...
I'm working on it.
Yeah, there you go. As this strange voice that's not quite your own is coming back through you.
Sorry.
Okay.
This never happens.
That's the end of your turn, and the Voiceless King's going to take a legendary action. He doesn't like that you're attacking him.
Shocker.
Let's see. That is a
Fear
shocker.
the rainbow.
It's Riley's pretty disabled as far as he's concerned.
Excuse me.
Is combat-wise, you know, like you got the slow effect. He's not too worried about you.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow. I hope he
Look,
makes that publicly available. I'm not concerned about this
I'm
one.
not worried about you.
Yeah, he says it. He says it. You hear his voice echo through. You hear one of the
Triple
villagers,
rage.
the merchant in the back, say,
You're not gonna take that, are you?
Bitch.
He stares down at you. I think he sees...
It's the blows part of your flurry. Shut up, Ben.
That's funny. Yeah, I think he's just gonna do the verbal volley, and he's gonna do it on... Well, I don't know. He doesn't like that you talk back to him, so Fitzriley, I think he's gonna do it against
Yay!
you.
Yay! Give me more punishment. Punish
Alright.
me.
So
Hey, yo.
it's a d20 plus 5. What's your armor class?
Right now because of slow, it's at 11.
Oh dear, okay. So that's an 18. So the thing is that as he uses this verbal volley, it's thunder damage, so you do not have resistance to it.
Cool.
That's 8 points of thunder damage to you.
I think though
Holy
thunder.
crap.
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
8 points. Damn.
Aren't you
Mhm.
dead?
That was a
As he
spicy meatball.
Looks down at you and says,
I'm still not scared.
as it this thunder damage comes towards you. All right.
Yeah, what are you at, Rem? What
I am now at 10.
okay.
Okay. That was that. That was Navra's turn. John Ceno, you're finally up with Fitzriley on deck.
Okay. So I think at this point, would it be safe to say that he is not focused on me right now?
I would say so.
Okay. I think I would like to see how far away is it? Would I be able to use the players? Because I'm a halfling, I can use them to
Yeah.
hide me, and I would like to essentially sneak up on him and then stab him.
You can give that a shot. Yeah, you could move here and
Okay,
basically
yeah.
like try to line yourself up. You'd have to, in order to get this to work, you'd have to make a stealth check now and then hope that
Okay.
it succeeds and then move forward. Alternatively,
come on.
you could try shooting your short bow from here, but
True, but the other question I also have, the reason I asked is, so I have 2 daggers.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but as a rogue, I can use 2 daggers to attack, right? Or would
That's
each
right.
of them count as a
No,
attack
so,
separately?
yeah, so a new thing in 2024 is that's what the nick thing is that you were asking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
when you go up and you use your action, you can attack with a second dagger for free as part of that action, leaving your bonus action free. So
Yeah, so then that's what I would like to do.
that's the
then.
stealth check. Yeah. Okay, good. So yeah, make a stealth.
Could hide in this bucket of tomatoes over here. And throw the daggers.
Just letting you know, my headphones battery died.
Yeah.
Apologize.
As it turns out, your mic is actually now better than
Yeah.
it was.
I was just gonna say.
You've upgraded.
Which is weird because I always get a complaint that it's not good when I do it.
Yeah, this one sounds better, at least for now.
Okay, well then that's perfect. Okay, so I will come over here first, but okay, you want me to roll stealth first? Okay,
That's right.
Come on, baby, give me something.
Just need higher than 12.
There we
Hey,
go.
whoa, okay.
Hey.
So, you perfectly like have you guys seen this one image of Henry Cavill, Superman is standing on the red carpet, and then Jason Momoa is sneaking
he's
up
like coming
behind
up.
him? I just imagine John Cena is just perfectly in the silhouette of Fitzriley and Navra, staying hidden the whole time, and then at the last moment you pop out from behind to the position you're in right now. That's amazing. So a couple things happen. You get advantage on this attack.
Oh,
and if you hit, you get sneak attack.
Okay.
So
the
it's
first
mostly,
attack will be sneak attack then?
Yeah, first attack's going to be really big because it's going to be dagger damage.
Are you kidding me? Wait, no. I have
that hits.
block.
That hits.
Wait, what? No, 12 hits, yeah.
Oh,
And also you have advantage. So roll again anyway.
Okay, 12 hits, but for some reason, D&D Beyond is being weird. It looked like I rolled a 1.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's just you have plus 11 with it. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just so you guys know too, in D&D Beyond, if you hover over your stat and hold down shift, it will turn the little die that shows up green, and it rolls with advantage for you.
Oh.
And control is disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
wow. Good regardless. 12 does hit. So you're now going to I like how Roll20 formats this. Roll damages. Like it's like a legal case.
Roll
What are the damages?
Roll the damages.
Okay.
Roll the damages.
This is for my first dagger strike.
All of
That's
the
right.
damages.
Let's see how much it does for you.
Damage.
Hey.
Well, it did roll your sneak attack as 1, but so we have to take that. But so that's okay. That's 7, 4, and 3, 1. Okay, so that is 8. That he will take. He's not looking so good. That was a big hit against him, and then now you're gonna make your second dagger attack.
Yes.
Which I don't think has advantage because it's only the first attack out of stuff.
And that's a 9.
Yeah. So 9 is not going to hit as you go to make that second strike.
Oh wait, I have a separate 1d6 sneak attack damage that I didn't roll.
Roll a 20 already rolled it for you when you hit.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look, but yeah, the separate dagger attack doesn't hit. You do have, I guess you have lucky, as you said.
Yeah.
If you wanted to try it.
Luck, I think luck also only works. Let me double check.
Oh, before, yeah.
I think only if I roll a 1. So when you roll a 1 on
the
halfling luck, yeah, and it's on attacks anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
But I do have bonus action still, right?
No, your bonus action was to hide the stealth check that afforded you moving up here.
Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Got it.
Because otherwise you would not have gotten advantage
Okay.
initially. And because he saw you before in the last turn. But anyway, you sneak up, you move up to the king, you get one good strike. He is not looking good as far as health is concerned. As you strike right into him, he looks down at you. You go for a second one, and he sort of like fades back a little bit. And that is amazing.
Concentration check.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. He has only a +2. A 17 will succeed.
Really wants you slow.
Yeah,
Riley.
he does.
Really wants you slow.
Okay, so that's your turn. And that means, Fitzriley, you are up.
Do you guys mind if I take a little voice actor education moment?
Sure.
Go for it.
So my degree was in theater, film acting, and voice. And one of the things that we did was like learn how to change your resonance where the vibrations happen in your voice. And for me, low is always really hard for me. Like I'm a soprano, I can sing really high, I can get into the head voice and the nasal voice and stuff like that. Usually you would want to be standing to do this, but the exercise we would do to tap into our chest voice was start with like a and tip our heads back and drop the voice as we would go. So until we could get as low as we could. And so this is about as low as I get in my chest voice. I can feel the vibrations. So I'm just gonna face this way and talk to you guys.
Perfect.
So all right. So I only have one action.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I have a proposal, and you can feel free to say no, Zach.
We'll see.
All right. I would argue that the space is not occupied under him because he is a wraith and is therefore floating.
Okay.
I would like to plant the feather and punch him with a tree from underneath.
Bam.
This is
And-
amazing.
If possible, also have that tree raise up our
Wow.
body out of
Wow.
harm's way.
I'll take it.
Awesome.
So, with
Hey,
the
Crit
only
Twitch.
caveat being that instead of like pushing him up to the peak of the tree, instead this will be like the most piercing damage thing ever. It's essentially like a giant spear.
Excellent.
And assuming he survives, he'll be like shunted to the side after it happens. But
Excellent.
the mayor's body, yes, will be carried up by the rapidly growing branches.
I love that.
Amazing.
This is exactly what I
Okay.
was hoping would happen.
So,
yeah.
in a twist of fate, I raise the shovel like I'm
Mhm.
going to smack him in the face with it, and instead I dive it into the earth to plant the.
Please tell me you strike the
Amazing.
earth and we
Belief.
can get some Shovel Knight, support. That'd be great.
That is amazing. So you take
It's time for some gardening.
you take this feather token of a tree, and you use your shovel. So the tree, it does not say that it has to grow in soil. And currently the king is right over an anvil, so it's going to be less like you're digging into soil to plant it, and more like you put the token on the anvil, and then almost as if you're forging it, you then bang it into existence. And as this happens, okay, let me invent tree damage. Give me a second here.
I mean, it's like
There's
getting hit
a-
by a shillelagh, right?
I would
so-
like it to work the opposite of falling damage. So basically, it's 1d6
Oh,
of damage
God.
for every 10 feet that
Oh,
they.
jeez.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh my
Let me
God.
give me a second. Let's
That's
see.
crazy.
I'm
Improvising
making my
damage. Here we
case
go.
for that.
6d6.
All right,
points
let's
of-
see. So, the improvising damage table gives guidelines for determining damage on the fly. Okay, great. Improvising damage. All right, y'all, let me know which one you feel like this is equivalent to. Burned by coals, hit by a falling bookcase, or pricked by a poisoned needle. Probably not, it's a little too less. Okay. Struck by lightning, stumbling into a fire pit. Or hit by falling rubble in a collapsing tunnel, tumbling into a vat of acid. Which do we think is the most equivalent?
The rubble's got to be the closest, right? I would think.
Hit by
He's-
falling rubble?
I like struck by lightning, but because he's being struck by something. But
Hmm.
Yeah. We'll balance it in the middle then. So this is going to be 3d10 damage.
Oh, jeez.
You're expending this magic item.
Exactly. Timber struck.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll the damage. I'll have him make a saving throw. Essentially a dexterity save to potentially half the damage. And I'll say the
Fast growing
DC, it's an uncommon item, so
Fast
we'll say the
growing.
DC is also 12.
Done dirt cheap. Yeah,
He
lumber
absolutely
struck.
fails. Okay.
yay!
Outstanding.
All right. With that, oh my god. Hold on a second here. Should be not that, but this. He is at death's door, quite literally, as this massive tree. Let me grab a tree really quick. I did not see this coming.
Neither did
This is
he.
beautiful. Yeah, I guess that's the point. All right, let's see. Ooh, beautiful tree. Okay, living trees, awakened shrub, tree blight. Wonderful. Great. Okay. Oh, he has to make a con save as well. Objects. Here we go. Tree. All right.
Beautiful.
This honestly, I mean, for
Kapow.
actual size, like here, let me read the item. Can you actually look at the feather token item really quick?
Yeah.
What's the radius of the branches? And then
Let
we'll
me pull
resolve
that real
this.
quick. Inventory,
Was
my
it
feather
20? Did you say
token.
20 feet?
20 feet radius.
Yeah.
20 feet radius.
So 40 foot diameter.
Right. So that means...
And it's got a 5-foot diameter trunk.
Right. So that means something more like this, maybe?
God damn.
It's broccoli.
Nope, still not big enough. As
I've changed the landscape of the city.
Yes.
You've destroyed the village, but
Oh my god.
Essentially a tree. Now, I'm not going to leave this up here, but a tree. Well, the thing is, it's actually kind of beautiful because it provides shade for the entire square with how big it is.
very exciting.
Yeah, so this would be, let me make sure that this is proportional here. There we go.
I'm in love with this tree.
That is beautiful. You have permanently changed and created a new point of interest for the town.
The tree of
Yes,
Fitz.
You've taken this, and the Fitz tree is now officially there. I'm gonna move this to the GM layer so we don't die from this. Okay, and
Sorry.
Thank you,
let's
Zach.
see.
I'm incredibly pleased.
oh, I'm also incredibly pleased. You see, as the tree spawns in, instantaneously, the voiceless king is shunted to the side. Oh, that's what it was. I was like, there's some reason this is a little bit less. He's taking kind of half from physical damage a bit because he's a specter. He's not as hurt. But as that is there, the tree shoots up. The mayor is lifted up by the branches. This is the most amazing use of this magic item I've ever seen. As it shoots up in the air, the mayor kind of comes to his senses, and the wraith, the voiceless king, is now on his own. He is now in the branches of the tree, looking down, shouting down, "What's going on?" As the voiceless king himself turns to look at you.
with you in our own time.
Wow.
And I
Okay.
get my wisdom save
Thank
again
you.
to try to
Yeah, it is a con save. Oh yeah, you get your wisdom save. Go ahead and make that.
for the slow.
So you're gonna succeed out of it either way.
Yeah.
Plus a +1, so
He did succeed on the save, but yeah, you get out of the slow. So that is great.
you're
Well
welcome.
Wow.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
And with that, unless you have any movement, he sort of gets pushed over here around the tree. And
I've
your
got a
movement speed is
movement
half.
for him, but not
Or yeah.
anything appropriate for.
Okay, great. And with that, the voiceless king, he's on his last legs, his last spectral legs here. I think he's gonna try to get out of this one as he moves forward to each of you, and he casts his only other spell on his turn as his action. He spins his hands together and he says,
I will reclaim this world.
as he chants, and you hear this thunderous boom come from him as he casts Thunder Wave. A very famous first
paralyzed.
level spell.
That's unfortunate. No.
So it does quite a bit of damage and then threatens to push you away. So for Thunder Wave, it says you unleash a wave of thunderous energy. Also, little note, some extra flavor points here. All of his stuff does thunder damage and things. Just little DM extra points. Each character must make a Constitution saving throw. So this is everyone except for Indy's character.
Okay.
Indies, can you,
Oof.
or Indy, I guess, on your character sheet, go to the extras tab, and you'll see Bob the skeleton there.
Yep.
When you click on him, you will see Con. What's his plus to Con there?
So it says con 15 +2 +2.
Okay, +2. So you're gonna roll just a blank d20. I think there's a way on D&D Beyond to just roll a die. I think in the bottom left there's a dice roller, or
20 you said?
that's right. Yeah. So this will be the save for Bob to see.
So I'm
how
rolling
much-
it and then you're just adding 2 to it. Is that how that
Exactly.
works? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so I click the
Ooh,
button.
John Cena got a 4 and
Ooh.
a 5 and a 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not happy.
Clicked it. Hello?
All right, let's see what Bob gets,
There we go. Okay.
and then I will roll the damage.
Reggie.
Yeah, this could be bad.
It's very bad.
Let's look.
Oh.
5. Okay, so the only person that saves is Navra. That means all the rest of you, except for Indies, are going to take all of this. It's 2d8.
Oh!
Give it a roll.
Ow.
Oh my god.
Oh!
That would have killed me.
Night night.
What?
Fitz is down.
Wow.
What are you at?
What did you roll?
I had 10 hit points.
No. What did he roll? I missed.
16.
16. Roll
16
2
I'm
damage.
down.
-6, and you're down with what? What are you at, Sino?
I had 11 at health, and so -5.
-5. Okay.
Wow. Okay, so
so I
what
have
this means,
I have to do death saves.
Navra, you still take 8. Is you
I
succeeded,
have
you take half.
1 hit point
You're
left.
at
Let's go!
1.
You're still alive.
Oh my god. The rest of you,
alive.
0, 0. Bob's also at 0.
Yeah, Bob dead.
Go.
Bob already
someone,
dead, but Bob dead again.
Someone get those health potions.
Bob!
Wow.
Alright.
And everyone except for Navra is knocked back 10 feet. So.
Oh, god damn it.
5, 10.
That's true.
5, 10. 5, 10.
Oh man, it's time to get familiar with my bonus actions.
Oops.
Oh, yeah, can I see? How do you see bonus actions?
There's a
yeah.
tab in that box, that big
I
box,
see
like
now.
the actions.
Okay, so I'll just let you guys see. After all the reductions and halvings of certain types of damage that you guys dealt to him, he's at 8 right now.
Oh my god.
And with that is his turn. The layer action is gone because the chanters are dead. There's no layer action.
There's no fog.
The village, I don't know why it's not there. There we go. The village goes. So, popping up from the window to the north, the merchant who you all met here, Brimley, the dwarf, he pops his head up and he says, "Oh, crap." And he, let's see, he has a potion of healing in his hand that he plans to throw.
Directly into the mouth of
Directly
Fitzriley.
into,
Just
yeah.
straight
Now,
shot.
I wish this was Baldur's Gate and he could just throw a potion. In that game, if the potion breaks on the ground, it heals whoever is standing in the potion. But he's gonna throw a potion out to Navra, and you have it.
Am I the only one standing currently? Because I
Aside
have one
from
already.
Indies,
I'm
Yeah.
understanding, right?
but Indies a
Does-
little too far. Yeah.
Does the bottle hit him for 1 point of damage?
A bottle hits you for 1 point of damage, and you fall to the ground. No.
Oh, great.
Navra, a potion of healing lands on the ground in front of you. You can grab it on your turn if you wish for free, but you already have one. Otherwise, the villagers some of them start to make their way out, but you got the impression none of these people are really combatants, and this is a wraith that is actively killing people, so they're not exactly the most apt. All right, Indies, it's your turn.
Is Indies still frightened?
No.
Okay.
And
No,
then
that-
also,
yeah, that
so you
left.
know how this works too, Indy. So your allies who have just dropped a 0, so Fitzriley, John, and Bob, they're not dead immediately. They, on their turn, they make what's called a death saving throw to see if they die. And it usually takes about 3 turns to figure out if that happens. They either succeed or fail. A person, a character, can go up to an unconscious character and stabilize them using an action, I think a medicine check. Or some classes have a healing ability, like you can cast Healing Word if you were a cleric or something like that. Or you can administer a healing potion, but that uses your action. You'd have to be like next to the person, feeding the potion into their mouth.
Looks like you could get there. At least
Or
to John Cena. Or
You could Leroy Jenkins it and just try to kill the boss.
Yeah, so I have a question here. So it says, what's the interact with object? Like, how does that
So
work?
that's essentially a free action you have each turn to interact with an object, like pick an apple from a tree or pick up a bow from the ground or
Could I happen to interact with a very large object that is capable of lighting on fire.
Such as
a giant tree in the center of.
You set the tree on fire.
What are you doing to my tree?
I'm gonna burn this bitch alive.
This tree is on fire.
So there are some spells that have enough literal firepower to set something on fire like that. Okay. Firebolt is not one of those. If you were to shoot your firebolts at this tree, the tree would scorch a little bit, but if you wanted to like set this tree on fire, it would take multiple turns probably.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And also
I couldn't combine my free action of
yeah, and it's less of a I wouldn't even file setting something on fire as an interact with object anyway.
Okay.
It's more of an action thing.
Got it.
Unless you're like an Eagle Scout trained in lighting fires within 6 seconds.
You aren't?
Yeah. No, I'm not.
I feel as a fire-wielding dragon, potentially. That's something.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that was the one thing. Ever since you mentioned that the tree was a thing, my immediate thought was
set it on fire.
She's gonna summon the tree, and I'm gonna light it on fire to do burn damage to this nerd.
There is like, it's definitely possible at later levels of power to like instantaneously set a giant tree on fire, but at this moment you essentially have like, yeah, no.
What if there was some kind of agent to allow fire to spread?
Yeah.
I have, if I may inspire your memory, I have a green vial that I found in the pit of treasure.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. That is. Mm-hmm.
Potentially, if you were to take that from me, throw that, and then firebolt it, maybe.
Can I get to you to do that?
That's a lot. I mean, move to the body, pick up.
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay, I tried.
No, I appreciate it genuinely. I'm just thinking, I can't do too much here, right?
The only other thing you as far as your main spells, one of the ones that you haven't tried just as an extra option, not saying it's the most optimal thing to do, but you could try kind of one of your most powerful spells that you have right now is Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Ooh.
You target a creature, if it fails the save, it essentially loses its turn to laughing uncontrollably. Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't.
What is that?
So under your spells, like the spells tab is one of the tabs that you can look at, and you should see Firebolt and Mind Sliver, Vicious Mockery. Tasha's Hideous Laughter is one of them. Doesn't do damage, but it could potentially, essentially, like stun lock him. But it only has 8 health. You could theoretically kill him with a single Firebolt.
I was thinking. Well, I mean, okay. So let me ask this then. Because my acid breath and the Firebolt both do this. Do they do the same amount of damage? Is that?
It looks like they do.
Saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so is one actually more effective? Like what? I just don't know the difference between the +5 and the 11. Like what?
I would say, from what I can see, your Firebolt would be a little more effective because you have a +5 to hit with that versus a 11 difficulty dex save. In my experience,
and what does my heroic? What do you call it? Do again? Does that mean
your
I just
inspiration
roll again? Yeah.
Yeah, that you got from last time from your amazing character arc.
Yes.
Yeah, that means you can roll again in case you miss. It's essentially like.
So it only works on the miss, not the damage.
Oh no! I'd let you apply it to damage.
So I could roll, and then potentially see if I yeah, okay.
See if you hit. You can opt in. You can use it if you don't hit, and then if you do hit anyway. You
All right,
can...
I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go for the Hail Mary here.
Okay.
All right.
Let's try it.
I can't burn the tree down, but I can burn you.
Rise.
Okay. Both of my hands up to the sky, almost summoning the power of rock as I channel.
Ooh, look at that.
My flames. The dual hands now for this one.
Okay, roll plus
I'm
5
lit.
to hit with
All right,
firebolt.
here we go.
You need a 12 to hit.
12.
I believe.
You don't see it yet,
We don't see it yet.
but it's there.
Okay.
It's there.
Roll your
All right.
roll your damage.
time.
If it's
Oh
not
my
enough,
gosh. Oh my gosh.
you can roll with advantage. If you use the heroic, let's see what it is first.
Sorry, wait. Oh yeah, roll with advantage just means I do it twice, right?
Right.
Yeah, roll
Yeah.
just once first.
He's gonna
Okay,
care
so
about this
I'm
attack.
gonna click the
Yes, he
roll
will be.
damages one.
Okay.
Okay.
One
Would
away.
you like that is not going to kill him? Would you like
Yep.
to re-roll? Now here's the case: if you re-roll, you have to
Take the lower one. Yes.
not the lower one, but the new one. So if the new one
I
is
see.
higher, then great. If it's
Oh,
lower
okay.
than 5, you still have to take lower than 5
Yeah.
in this case.
I think.
Okay, roll the damage again.
Yeah, we gotta go big.
Oh my god, I'm stressed. I'm stressed.
We've got this.
Got this.
We don't got this.
Oh no.
Oh no!
We don't see it
We
yet.
don't see it. Oh,
Oh,
Oh!
okay.
it's all right. It's all right.
The dice tell a story, as they say. You turn, as with both hands, you shoot out a firebolt. Your aim is perfect, and with the last links of energy between you and your spell, you can see that it's not quite enough. And as you try to empower it even just that little bit more, the firebolt, you see that the Voiceless King uses all of his energy to try to dissipate the effect of it, only taking 2 damage from your firebolt as he
These
turns
hands.
towards you.
They weren't enough.
They were such big hands.
Oh gosh.
To think
Okay.
I cared.
I feel like what happened here was like Kameham.
Yeah,
Yes.
Cough in the middle of the
exactly.
cough me.
Meho. You can still move if you wish to move anywhere.
I don't know if moving does. Can I hide behind the golem?
I was gonna say, turns,
It's-
leaps the fence,
yeah.
and just leaves us all behind.
The golem is mostly like it's not super tall at the moment because it fell
Yeah,
apart.
so,
but
but movement is the last thing I do, right? So
at this point.
potentially I move towards Navra to offer moral support in this
This time of need.
time of need. Or maybe no, I'm actually gonna stay where I am because I'm far enough away, so I made him mad. So if he does anything to me, then it just goes after me and not any of the other people trying to survive. So I'm just stay
Okay.
where I am.
Navra, it is down to you.
Well, I mean, the safe thing to do is to try to heal, but the thing to do here, given everyone else down, like, and trying to stabilize a bunch of people, is to try to finish him off, especially since he got reduced by Indy's attack. So
it's what Fitz would do.
it's what Fitz would want. This is what Fitz Riley.
You've
would
got your
want.
double hit too, right?
Yeah. More than that.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my last focus point. I'm going to do an unarmed strike and then flurry of blows, which is 2 unarmed strikes as a bonus action for a total of 3
Okay.
attacks. And let's
Roll
hope
your-
that
What
one
I'd
of them
like to hear.
actually hits. That would be lovely.
Yeah. Let's roll. Let's do all the to hits first, and then we'll do the damages.
Right, unarmed strike first.
Come on, baby, come on.
15 hits. Oh, it's already rolling your damages.
It's rolled
Four.
our damage too.
Yeah, I just.
Only 2 left. 2 damage left, right?
Yep. 16-4.
That's it. Okay, roll one more time.
Never mind. I didn't need
Hey,
my last one.
It was only 2, and you needed only 2 to hit. As you see the firebolt, the Voiceless King turns toward Indies. As Indies, you put everything behind this. It pushes back and reduces your flames, but then seeing and kind of discounting Navra as barely standing behind him, the Voiceless King has turned to Indies, and you see is starting to slowly float towards you. Navra, that is when you are able to do what you do. How do you destroy the Voiceless King?
So when he turns towards this, I summon up the energy within me, taking it, the energy that I've gained from the experience of my friends, what has happened to the village, the loss of Bob, etc. Gather it together, and I pour all of my strength, my discipline, all of a sudden it's Old Man in the Sea, and my rage and my hatred also. No. And I pour it into my blows, and with one blow and then a second, as it hits, the shimmering light spreads over the back of this creature who has turned his back in the wrong direction, who's turned his back on me for the last time. And as he sort of slips away from this world, I say to him, my voice coming back to semi-normal, just sort of echoing now, and I say, "My heart was never silenced," and strike him as he... I'd like to think, too, that as he sort of sinks to the ground, or whatever you're going to describe actually causes him to blow up, that as he dissipates, like through, like right around the tree trunk, I can see like Indy's on the other side, like with the flames, and I'm just sort of silently like, nodding at him with the flames on the one side and that on the other.
Amazing. Yeah, I'm just moving.
Oh, and as he drops, I pick up
here.
my cloak from the ground, which is conveniently fluttered right next to me, and cover over the...
I love it. Okay. Just moving something into place. Perfect. Okay. So, as you, with two swift and precise punches, you see from your perspective, Indies, the Voiceless King is sort of hovering towards you. John Ceno, you are on the ground, flitting in and out of consciousness. You can see some of the villagers are racing downstairs to try to make it to you guys to help you. Fitzriley, you're also on the ground, still clutching your shovel. The shade of your newly grown tree casting down upon your face as you lie on the ground. Indies, you can see nothing. Yeah.
Still angry.
With a middle finger pointed at where the rain is.
The shovel in your hand, middle finger out, other hand, middle finger out. As Indies, you see nothing but the terrifying visage of this Voiceless King moving towards you, when suddenly its entire form wavers and shakes from this punch of this monk behind it. And you see sort of dissipates. And then you hear just a singular, meek, "No," as rending apart, the Voiceless King becomes these almost dandelion-like wisps of ephemera that drift out into the wind and into the leaves of the tree and then out into nothingness. And with that, the villagers all rush forward. I quickly added a tree to the main map. The villagers all rush out, offering help to those who have fallen, and you all are greeted, those of you who come back to consciousness particularly, are greeted by the sound of applause and cheering and laughter as everyone runs out and sees what you've done. This all is punctuated by a call from far, far above you, almost 50, 60 feet, as the mayor's voice calls down and says, "Wonderful job, wonderful! I'm so sorry, he possessed me. Could someone please, maybe get me down?" And you see a wisp, the last little wisp of energy from the Voiceless King doesn't look like something of his, but you actually see as he discorporates that there are thousands of little wisps of blue, almost butterfly-like energy as lost voices that he gathered in his lifetime fly back out into the world. And you see one of those little blue butterflies lands on the shoulder of the sorceress, who, as you put together, she then goes on, in later time explains that as the mayor returned, secretly took her voice from her. But she looks up at the mayor, who's no longer possessed, and says, "Nope, just maybe stay up there for the rest of the festival, please." And you see everyone sort of laughs. She looks across at each of you and she says, "I don't know how to thank you."
Money.
Okay.
Yes,
And she smiles. You all are showered with what gold the village can muster, and happily so they give it. Each of you, for what it's worth, are given 50 gold pieces for your efforts, given the direness of the situation. And our story comes to a close.
Also,
as... Mhm.
all for the payment, everything that that Fitz has nicked or demanded or whatever gets split equally with the party.
Oh.
Except John Cino. You're not part of the club.
I helped.
He did help. As each of you stand here in the square, we see around the new center point of the village, no longer an anvil, but something new, perhaps giving a new meaning and some well-needed shade during summer months, a new thing to hang lanterns from, to post messages, as this wonderful and vibrant new oak tree stands. The sorceress is in front of it, the villagers all gathered around, and she begins the song of the solstice. And in due time, our view fades as we see spirits that she summons from the ethereal plane beyond, ancestors of these villagers, ancestors of dragonborn or humans or halflings that walk forward to convene on this Day of the Dead. And with that, our view pans up beyond the branches and leaves of the tree, another quest rightfully done, and each of you level up to level 3 for what it's worth if we ever do this again.
Next week.
And with that, our story comes to a close. Nicely done, everyone. That was great. Had such a fun time.
We win.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was down to the wire
D&D.
too. I pulled everything out of you guys exhausted everything in his kit. He had the slow, he had Thunderwave, Verbal Volley.
That Thunderwave
and
was
voice. Yeah, that was the
woo, 16 points of damage. I was like, man.
Yeah.
The paralysis I was joking about is Thunderwave is a Pokemon move that instantly paralyzes.
right.
That's
Oh,
that's what I was.
yeah.
I was right.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I forgot to tell you guys real quick.
Mhm.
So, after literally the night after we did our last session, I went and I was watching with my roommate. I was watching the Castlevania series on Netflix, and in that the Belmont. I don't know how familiar you guys are, but basically, there's a Belmont character that throughout the show is basically just like, I don't care. Like was doing the exact same thing, and I was laughing to myself. I was like, dude, this is so funny. This is exactly what I was doing. And then there's a magic wielding character that shows up and summons blue flame and shoots it like this.
Wow.
Literally the night, like right after.
Wow.
Like, I
That's
was
insane.
like, what just
Message.
happened? Like, how did this? What?
It's
I was,
insane.
it was
That
crazy,
is
and I
great.
forgot to tell you guys. But yeah, it was pretty wild.
Awesome.
Pretty wild.
That is pretty awesome.
Okay, so yeah, no, that was it. Nicely done, everyone. I tried to give you guys a challenging fight, but you made it through. Everyone
Well, I think it was a challenging
pushed through a
fight.
little bit. Yeah.
We ended the fight with me at a
Yeah.
hit point, 2 people down. But I mean, like,
Mhm.
like
I loved the whole idea too with like affecting people's voices in some way. That was really
oh yeah, that was
cool to
perfect for
bring
this
home.
group. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great. All right, that's me. So, I guess.
Thank
Great.
you, Zach.
Zach.
This
Get us
is
outta
so
here.
fun.
Excellent job,
Yeah.
Zach. Yeah.
Yes.
Great stuff. I man, I love Dungeons and Dragons so
Yeah,
much.
it was fun.
Indy, what do you think?
Yeah.
Wait, did you say KP or Indy?
Indy.
Mhm.
Indy, it was great. What else was?
Well, I
what
mean,
to say?
like, how do you feel about D&D?
You
Just,
want more drugs?
I mean, my opinion is still the same. I get it. I get it. I understand. I understand it now.
Mhm.
It just gets better as the sort of like
Yeah.
as the role play develops, as you get to know more,
Yeah.
with the people. It's just it's great stuff, and it also really, Zach did an excellent job. Of course, I wouldn't have expected anything less with pacing, with setup. It was a perfect adventure for voice acting, like stuff to do, and also to roll with the punches, like an insta tree. Like what does an insta tree damage do? That that kind of thing. Also some really good player working together stuff, which was cool. So that was great. So I guess we'll start in the bottom of the column then and work our way up. So Andy, great stuff. It sounds like we might be able to convince you to do something like this again in the future, possibly.
I would say
like.
there is a non-zero chance for sure that you would be able to do this. No, absolutely, that'd be a blast.
How'd you feel just in general, I guess, about any thoughts about your, I mean, I guess you said it with the Castlevania, any thoughts about your character as like, did you feel yourself sort of growing into or the character growing into you or whatever, like connecting with them? And then also where can the fine folks find you, etc.?
I think, I definitely think that I guess I see how like an actual extended campaign would lend itself to that much more than like I had like last time, I think because we were actually doing more character things.
Yeah.
That I felt more of that. This time was kind of just like, all right, how do we beat the bad guy kind of thing? And that was like what I was thinking
D&D
about.
mechanic
I was trying
focused.
like what can I even do? Like that kind of stuff. So this time not as much on that front. Which was fine because I think that's what it lended itself to this time. But yeah, I mean, I definitely see how the joy of like actually creating a character from scratch and seeing and creating that character development and like visualizing the journey that they're going to go through just emotionally and all that kind of stuff and reacting to how whatever is placed before them kind of unfolds and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, very, very cool. Like I said, I understand it now. I think it's cool. I'm down to do it again. And you guys can find me in the usual things. I haven't been streaming as much, but hope to stream again soon. Indie on Twitch and Indie full stop everywhere else.
Good stuff. Thanks, man. Great work as always. Really, really enjoyed that character.
Thank you.
KP, it was great to have you to jump into the mix. I really love the idea that there was this tension between you as the rogue class and you as secretly wanting to be like in the arena type of thing, in the ring. So there was a mix of those things. But like you also were sort of coming into it where you were just kind of like, there's this massive specter thing now that I'm dealing with immediately and all that. And so it was you had a lot to sort of catch up with and do this stuff, but then you did and were a part of the mix the whole time and doing your thing and creating damage and stealthing. Initially not successfully, but then the first two times are cracking me up though, because you're just like, I'm hiding, and like every time he's just like, I am tracking you the whole time. It's like, God damn it, I'm hiding, stop it. But then you wouldn't even notice, like you're just kind of like, I can't see me at all. The guy's like right staring at you.
I think the entire time I was imagining Kronk from Emperor's New Groove trying to steal the Emperor out, and he's like, pretending like he's actually hiding.
Oh my God. How did you feel about things with all this kind of stuff and where would lovely folks find you?
Always fun. I mean, to me, like these are the type of games like that showcases the strengths of D&D in a very quick nutshell. I mean, we had a great DM and a great set of players to kind of really showcase the different styles of play that one can do, and I think Indy, you really like just jumped into it and really embraced it. Like I love that, so I think this was a perfect group to get that kind of one shot / two shot vibe going, and yeah, man, it kind of reminds me of when I first started out and started doing all of this and having so much fun, just being silly with friends and doing a story, but makes me miss doing it regularly for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's I loved it. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. What else did you want me to say?
Just where we'll be able to find you next. Stuff coming up like the LARP, for example.
Yeah. So I mean, in terms of just updates and stuff, I usually just post on Blue Sky most of the time. I'm trying to get more of like my photography stuff back up on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see all of my photography work there. I've been also trying to post a lot of like the BTS videos on how some of these shots come about. So if that interests you, check that out. At the end of this month, I'll be going to Drakenfest as a staff photographer to cover the event, but I will also be doing private photo shoots for people. They're offering me my own essentially studio space. They're giving me a tent to set up a studio style environment for people. So if you're going to be at Drakenfest and you want really high quality portraits done of you, and benefit is it'll be instantly delivered because I'm upgrading my workflow and process, so that way, literally as you walk away from the photo shoot, you will have the shot in your hand. I would say it's not going to be like my really high-end aesthetic, like the high-end photo manipulated and fancy effects and kind of stuff, but it will be still very high quality, well lit, properly like dramatically lit shots that with a simple background, but it'll be in your hands almost immediately. And then I'm hoping if I can get this to succeed properly, that will be propagated to all future events in going forward. So yeah, just looking forward to that. Outside of that, just I don't think I announced it last time, or if I did, I apologize. But I'm moving back to Portland, so I'll be busy with packing and shit.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, that's wow.
Wait, what?
I don't
Really?
think I knew. No, I don't think I knew that. I don't think I or
You
I,
talk about it
You've
in
only
the
mentioned
pre-show.
it when he when he was.
yeah,
on
I
the
hadn't heard that. That's cool.
Okay, all right.
Is it cool? I guess it's cool.
Yeah. No. It's we lived here for about 2 years, and we were like, Dallas is nice, but our hearts belong to Portland.
Cool.
We missed it deeply. We lived there for 23 plus years before moving here, and we were like, you know what? This was a good way of showing that our heart always belonged in the Pacific Northwest. We loved being there, and so we decided that this was a nice adventure. Let's go back home.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with the packing. I know I hate moving. I know the feeling, but that's cool that you're going to a place that you feel comfortable being. So that's good stuff, man. Thank you, KP, for being here as always. Moving on up the line, Rem, great stuff with the tree. The Insta tree was truly great. I also loved the dropping the low register, the low voice register was also.
I tried, man. It's hard.
Yeah,
for me.
no, I get it. I get it. It was, but that was really cool. And yeah, and I think that as time went on, there was this sense of there's something very much to be said for a character that's just kind of like has a very definitive approach to the way things, how do you help us out? Money, like da. But it's not, the thing is, it's not in an obnoxious way, because there is a bravery at the root of it, right? It is an actual, like, I'm going to challenge this creature that is a terrible creature and that deserves the fate, that it's going to get. And that was fun to watch Fitzriley be a part of it. And, it's also set, in addition to all that, it's nice to have an actual straight up melee character besides the monk, who is able to occupy attention, from ones that might otherwise hit people who do not have the same level of strength and armor and bravery type of stuff.
Yeah.
So that was really fun to watch that all sort of play out and kind of mold Fitzriley in with the rest of the group was really cool. How did you feel today doing the combat and all that good stuff? And where will the fine folks find you next?
I love this game. I actually had so much fun playing Fitz with you guys last time that I just started a new D&D game with friends this past Sunday, and I made Fitz as level 1.
Nice.
She got knocked out fighting a blight, and then when she woke up, they were like, yeah, we lost that and retreated. And I go, I have no memory of this. So we won. And I'm also, I'm using a war pick because I thought that would be fun.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And I dubbed it every time there's a victory. She's going to dub it a new name. So Hedge Clipper is the name right now.
Nice.
So just a lot of fun. I loved it. I loved playing with you guys. It was a blast. I love the role play. Like, combat is great and fine. Part of why I wanted to do a barbarian was I just didn't want to think. And I still got enough because I usually play spellcasters because I like to think around just hitting things. Like, how can I mess them up or help my friends or whatever. But I still got to do a little bit of like, ooh, the tree. How am I gonna use this in a Fitzriley way? And the answer was punch him. So it was a lot of fun. I really love role play. So thank you guys.
That's awesome. Where can you found your timber in the end? bit, man. You were bringing it all night with these
Man.
things, lumberstruck and all that. Like, let's go. Good stuff.
lumberstruck.
You've been lumberstruck. Where will the fine folks find you, Rem, on these here internets?
I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook. I am on Blue Sky. And I'm marketing myself finally. So you can see where I am on Patreon. You can see where I am when I'm doing this and any other appearances I make, which is not a lot of them right now because of I'm not traveling right now. So, but yeah, you can find me in all the places, and I will be doing a recorded series later throughout the summer that will release in the fall, but it's for the Subversion RPG, which is a cyberpunk fantasy RPG. So I'm excited to play in that.
Super cool. Thanks, Rem. Great work tonight. And last but obviously not least, Zach, again, it was really fun to get to play in a game that you were DMing after we've spent as much time as we have with me GMing for you or DMing, but also just us talking, as we do all the time, several times a month about DM and GM stuff. It was awesome to see you in the DM's chair doing this with us. So great work, obviously. And again, thank you for a really well put together adventure and very, very topically appropriate for this group. How'd you feel about how everything went, and where will the folks find you next?
I felt pretty good. It was a nice little puzzle to throw together a Arvocalists themed boss fight. I probably could have done more, but I'm satisfied with some of the little things that we happened to get in.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, is there a way I can have you guys change your accent entirely or something? We kind of got to that with the Rend voice thing, but no, it was a lot of fun and a nice little one of my favorite things is brewing monsters and boss fights and mechanics, and the Dark Souls and mostly Dark Souls player in me loves the final form. Oh, and World of Warcraft raids have trained me on the mechanics of boss fights. So it was a nice little exercise in that. But yeah, no, a great time. Also testing the new D&D 2024 rules too, which I'm for the most part satisfied with. And yeah, no, awesome to run D&D for you guys as a unusual departure from our usual vocalist stuff. So I'm excited to return to Citizen Sleeper, but yeah, something tells me this won't be the last time we play D&D as this group. Sometime, when, maybe.
I would like to make a proposal for the team, and I won't. You guys can think about it, but it would be also super cool if we could do a rotational DMs situation.
That's exactly what I was thinking. The moment you said that would be so dope, actually.
I think because I know for a fact Rem DMs, and she's a fantastic DMer. As someone who has had the privilege of being in her game, and she has a specific style of DMing.
Torture.
I don't know if Greg DMs,
Me? Oh, I've been DMing for 40 years. Yeah.
No, I don't know. Some people are perpetual players, and that's totally fine. I just didn't know.
No, I'm generally a forever DM on the channel, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then I know I've had a couple experiences, and I think it would be super cool if we all kind of did that. And then if
Indy's the last
ever one. up to it, seeing him on the DM seat and see what his style of storytelling would be, I think that'd be super fun because whoever is in charge of the storytelling changes the style of story being told. Everybody can have the same exact starting module, but the way they run it's going to be completely different, right? How they do it. So it'd be super cool to see how each person's style is going to be, and go on adventures like that. I think that'd be kind of a fun thing if people are up for it. And then I think it also takes a lot of the pressure away from one single person always having to plan a session.
Right.
By giving other people that opportunity.
We could even have our characters could rotate such that we we're not exchanging control of characters, but we use the same characters. Either you guys can decide if you like these ones, or you can, but whoever's DMing, their character sits on the sidelines, but the other characters are still playing.
Oh, that's interesting.
I can imagine that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna put this in the channel anyway, but what I wanted to say is that if we were again, and there's no pressure on this, by the way. Like, it's also totally fine if people don't want to do this. If there was interest in doing kind of a more regular D&D session, I wanted to say that I doing 2 Tuesdays a month, like a Tuesday night a month, is going to be difficult for me because there's a lot of streaming on one day and like family stuff. However, I also stream every Thursday night. And if that doesn't work for people, also a lot of my D&D, because I run at the moment, I DM 4 separate campaigns on 3 on this channel and 1 on GOG.
Yeah.
So I would be perfectly happy though to be able to do one. I do these on Saturday nights, and I always have a Saturday night free. So I was going to say, like, I don't want to lose you folks as the best voice team on Twitch. So I still want to be able to do that. However, I think that's a good idea, actually, and I had never thought about this, but because when you were saying rotational DMs, I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm like, it'd be a shame, though, if it was just a bunch of series of one-shots. But then when you were like, well, when Zach said, if it's the same characters, but you just take the one character, pull them aside, and it becomes like a sort of shared world thing, that's pretty cool, actually, and you could fit any number of prepped adventures even in, that could, and just like file off the serial numbers, whatever. That would be interesting also. So anyway, I'll put that in the sort of in Discord. Again, there's no pressure on this, but a 3-hour session once a month on one of those, like a Thursday night or a Saturday night,
Once a month.
I don't see.
Yeah.
It would be a total of twice a month for us in the sense that once a month would be the voice acting, once would be D&D, but it wouldn't have to be both Tuesday nights, and.
Yeah.
And it might be interesting because that idea is a different take on the usual and would become interesting as a result. You have a group of 5 who were able to rotate this way. And incidentally, we would, if we had you as like the last person in the rotation, you also would not have to feel like, oh crap, now I have to do this. Like, you could, it would be awesome, but you also wouldn't have to feel like that you have to do it if you didn't want to. So anyway.
And I like the aspect of it as well that, this is all just plans and ethereal stuff. If we all go super gung-ho with it, now suddenly we're playing once a month, every month, or maybe this becomes a seasonal thing or whatever.
Right,
if
exactly.
we end up playing. But I think it takes a little bit of the pressure off that even I have felt of like starting up or DMing a campaign, because we're a vocal team first. So it's like, this could be a way to, if there's a one shot or something that you want to just like draft or prototype or do a kind of first run of, the pressure is maybe a little bit lower than like, okay, this is our actual play show that we're doing and
It's true.
It's like, it's our experimental space.
I also had the idea of like, a telephone DMing, in the sense of you play off of the idea like from the previous session of one person who did something, and then take it, see what direction you could take it on your own.
Yeah,
that'd be super
whoever
fun.
goes next starts in Celebrium and then goes somewhere else. Yeah, which I just made up this time.
A concept, maybe you have a big bad as a concept, but as we change from DM to DM, that morphs over time.
Yeah, it's interesting.
How that big bad changes, or the world changes.
That's cool.
Interesting.
We'll have to talk about it.
Something to think about.
So,
but no pressure.
People will, to conclude, people will find me here for Arvocalists again, of course. I'm on Expedition from the Mysterious Peaks, the D&D sci-fi Esper Genesis campaign on this channel. Gen GM's GM podcast that Greg and I do on YouTube. And on my own Twitch channel, I think I'll be streaming tomorrow, doing a co-working stream because I have a lot of stuff to get done. And every Thursday I stream Divinity. Greg and I have also been streaming Gloomhaven every now and then.
That's fun too.
And on my website, which is also in the show notes. And so that's it. But yeah, it was a pleasure.
Awesome stuff, Zach. And great job to the entire Arvocalist group. I was glad we were able to do this. It was a ton of fun. And as I say, the best voice team on Twitch, bar none. Chat, can we get some love for said best group and awesome D&D play group that just played tonight? Thank you so much to Zac Clay, awesome DM. Thank you to Rem, awesome Halfling Barbarian. Thank you to KP, awesome Halfling Rogue. Thank you to Indy, awesome Dragonborn Sorcerer. Well done to everybody. And I will see you folks soon. Oh, sorry, God damn it. I knew that. Warlock. That's what I meant to say. Who now cares. I care about it getting the name right. The Warlock. Yeah. But thank you, everybody. And we will see you folks very soon. Bye all.
Bye.
Good stuff. As I throw in the thing that I was going to say. That was awesome. Man, I just love D&D. And I think, obviously, saying this, I mentioned this on social media, that I was thinking about the fact that when I hear problems, hold on a second. I've been enjoying that music so much that I almost kind of don't want to get out of it, but I probably should at some point. So, but that a lot of what I hear from people as issues with a system, 9 times out of 10 feels to me like their problem is with the person running the system, like specifically the GM, right? Like oftentimes when I hear, that I really dislike this, it's actually that they dislike the way the person was running this for whatever reason that would be. And so I guess that could be an argument to say you need a new system. It seems to me more like an argument like you need a new GM, or at least a GM that you can work with, do things differently. So, I very, very much appreciated the fact that we had an excellent GM bringing us through this. And there's a little bit of the whole, the experience of kind of being used to being one of the big storytellers or the sort of planner or director or however you want to define it, that's sort of watching as this thing unfolds, being on the other side of it and getting a chance to see and play in that story is really a lot of fun. So that was a great time, and it was great. All of the characters were awesome. It was really fun to play with all of them. 2 of them, obviously, Rem and KP are experienced players, but as was said, Indy just jumped right into it, which I knew he would do. It just felt obvious to me that this was something that he would enjoy, that he would get into, and that was great. So I really had a fun time with it, and I don't want to push it and be like, that guy is like, ooh, let's do it again. I don't ever want to be the anxious puppy, but at the same time, I won't lie, I enjoy. Good vibes are good vibes and fun games are fun games. So, something to think about for the future. But regardless, it was really awesome that we got to do this 2-shot. So, but we are going to be doing some voice acting stuff again. That's not going to be lost. But it was fun to do this. And now I need to rise up on out of here and get moving and get a little bit of work done before heading off to bed. But I will be back on Thursday with more Oblivion Remastered. Bob made everything more familiar. I see what you did there. Good stuff. So Thursday, I will be back with more Oblivion Remastered, and then Friday, I believe we have got some community D&D coming at you with more Waterdeep Dragon Heist, and then Saturday, I will be back with some more Oblivion Remastered as well. Been really having a ton of fun with Oblivion Remastered, and then as I said, we've got a lot of stuff coming up with a bunch of other tabletop stuff. We had some Beowulf today. We're going to have more Beowulf. We will have By the Dice Roll next week on GOG.com. That's the Ghosts of Saltmarsh campaign. We will have an Expedition stream this week. We will have Eberron again this month, this month. So yeah, there's going to be a lot more tabletop where that came from. And if you would like to be a part of it, then you all should follow the channel and do all the things. I've already talked about this quite a bit, so I'm just going to quickly say, if you haven't done so, please follow the channel, sub to the channel, support the YouTube. That's !ARV2, sub to us over there. Please join me on Twitter, !ARV tweets, but especially join me on Blue Sky, !ARVsky, website arvanelleron.com. Support the Patreon, the shop. Please sub to the channel, as I said. Support the publishing with Icarus, Greyshade. Please make sure, as always, to support our various causes, !BLM, Black Lives Matter. Important to affirm and assert the significance and importance of Black lives. !Help Now, the World Health Organization page on suicide prevention. Important to reach out to others when you need help and reach out to others when they need help as well. And !Ukraine, UKRAINE, to help the people of Ukraine as they fight back against an illegal and illegitimate war with bravery and courage, and send the message we'll do so for others in that situation in the future. Want to thank everyone who made this an awesome stream tonight. Thank you to my wonderful mods. Thanks to Prince Justin. Thank you, as always, to my Patreon supporters and subscribers. Prince Justin, Crit Twitch. Thank you to Bit, of course. Thank you to Dynoroar, to Dr. Hugo Z. Hackenbush, Jagtress. Thank you to KP, Master of Rem, Mrs. Dunsel Nonstop, PokeDude97, everyone who was here during the stream today. And special thanks again to the Arvocalist crew, Zac Clay for wonderful GMing work, and thank you to my fellow players tonight. Thank you to Rem Alternus, thank you to KP, and thank you to Indy. That is going to do it for me. I will see you folks on Thursday evening for some more Oblivion Remastered. Until then, long live, what was the name of the village? I knew it. Long live Celebrimbor. Long live Celebrimm. Everyone have a lovely Singer Solstice. Enjoy the shade from our tree. And I will see you folks back here in a couple of days. Until then, everyone be good to each other and have a good night.